right, so once again, I'm live coming in. Let's see. A lot of information break down tonight in a little bit of time. All right. I already seen the whole thing. That's kind of interesting. But Starbucks. All right. Okay, Starbucks has lost, well, now it's 13 billion in market. Hey, what's going on, man? And also, Starbucks is talking about boycotting unions as well. All right, so that's that. All right. All right. That's cool. Let's see.
Candy makers recalling one of its chocolates because it might contain tree nuts, specifically cashews. Gardner's Candies is recalling their cappuccino melt-away bars with an expiration date of August 27, 2025. These bars can also be found in Gardner's melt-away treat box. No illnesses have been reported to date in connection with this issue. An area candy.
So that's about the Starbucks. I mean, the thing with
Thanks for bringing them over.
Thanks for wearing them out. Before this happened. Before any of this.
Norovirus is spreading rapidly.
They claim this is happening right here in Virginia. To anybody that's in Virginia, I would say, I don't know what the aim here is, but it's kind of wild how they keep on promoting this thing. But they've been promoting this thing really heavily called they call it the norovirus or some shit. So, I mean, it is what it is. They can do that all they want. But my thing is, when you promote something this heavy, people may not believe it. But without further ado, let's go ahead with it. Yeah, we did have some fog. As a matter of fact, UK had chemical dust as well. Yeah, we had a lot of fog. As a matter of fact, one morning the car was all the car was foggy. It wasn't so much foggy in the outside, but the car was very foggy on top. But it was like 64 degrees. It was cold, and then the last couple of days been in the 60s. It's probably about that tonight. Yes, you're right. It has been a lot of fog in Virginia. Or it's been a lot of hot. It's been like 60, but it's been feeling like 70 with the sun out. That's how it's been. Hey, what's up, Frank? Excuse me.
What up, yo?
As a matter of fact, they claim we're going to get 3 inches of snow on Monday, possibly. So, nothing to look out for. We'll see. But let me play this, since they say a lot of people getting sick in Virginia.
Rapidly across the country. The most recent numbers from the CDC showed 91 outbreaks reported in the first week of December. That's up from 69 the week before that. While it is a common stomach bug, here are some things that you should know about how to protect yourself from it and what to expect if you do get it. Infamous for hijacking cruise ships, the highly contagious norovirus is currently spreading like wildfire on land.
So this is unfortunately not unexpected. As we spend more time together, we gather together, we travel, we're in close proximity.
Virginia, like the rest of the country, is seeing an increase in norovirus cases right now. Our eastern region is not seeing as much. But as people return to school and work post-holiday, Virginia Beach Health Director Dr. Caitlin Pedati warns we could see more people getting sick.
So things like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, usually that can last for between 1 and 3 days.
If you get sick, Pedati says it's important to stay hydrated. She recommends electrolyte drinks, so anything with salt and sugar, such as Pedialyte, Gatorade, or ginger ale.
It doesn't take a lot of virus particles to get somebody sick, and so that can happen anywhere where virus particles are, and the virus particles can be found in vomit and diarrhea.
So if you're not washing your hands or cleaning surfaces well, the virus will spread. To kill the germs, wash with warm, soapy water for at least 20 seconds. Hand sanitizers may not work as well, according to some studies. But if you don't have soap, Pedati says, it's better than nothing.
Stay home when you're sick and practice that good hand washing to stay healthy and have a happy new year.
Now, there is no medication for norovirus. You just need to let it run its course. You should, however, contact a doctor if you cannot stay hydrated or if you're especially vulnerable to illnesses due to a...
Yep. You're right. Drone spraying stuff.
Mm.
Yep, that's what goes on, brother.
– 5,000 years of Chinese music and dance in one night. A spectacle.
And there's some pretty unsettling news out of Louisiana this weekend as medical experts trace the progression of bird flu in animals and humans. As NBC's Tom Jensen reports, new testing suggests the virus is mutating and might more easily infect humans.
Federal health officials released the latest news about the Louisiana patient headed into the weekend, theorizing that the new mutations might help the bird flu virus H5N1 infect humans more easily.
And that sequence showed that it actually is binding quite well to receptors in the upper airway in this particular Louisiana patient.
The news of new mutations is also getting the attention of consumers who know this isn't just about egg prices anymore.
We've been nervous about it, but I don't know enough about it. It's pretty
It was not about egg prices. Okay. There you go. That is Damn, they threw it all out there, didn't they? I can't believe they really said that, man. They wild for that. So,
rocking. We just don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, just kind of waiting what's next to do for us to do. Yeah.
Bay Area epidemiology expert Dr. George Rutherford says if it gets to this point, the U.S. is better prepared to fight bird flu than they were for COVID because labs here have been developing H5N1 vaccines since the 1990s.
There are 400,000 vaccines in the federal vaccine stockpile that could be used for, if there starts to be evidence of transmission, would probably give it to dairy workers and their contacts and people who work with poultry and their contacts.
There have been more than 60 reported human cases in the U.S. 38 have been in California, and all but one were infected by dairy cows or poultry. And state health leaders say one source is unknown.
Human-human transmission is what is required for a pandemic. We don't have it yet. We have to watch, though. And of course, we have real concern about that. And that's why we need to track this and regulate this very closely.
Damn. That's crazy, Eddie, man. They already got it. They already giving you the script, Eddie, man.
Oh yeah, they tell you.
Now this guy was the head of this guy right here was the head of the FDA under Trump.
Well, your next guest says the likelihood of bird flu becoming a pandemic is very low. I want to make that very clear. He does believe the U.S. has done everything wrong when it comes to containing the virus. Dr. Scott Gottlieb joining us on the Fast Line. He is a former commissioner of the FDA and a CNBC contributor. Dr. Gottlieb, I'd like to say it's good to have you on, but I wish you didn't because it means this is going on. What do you mean we've done everything wrong?
Well, this is still viewed by most experts as a low probability risk, as you noted, but there's a range of opinions on this, and most agree that if it could be a potentially high impact event, should this break out, and we should be taking more steps to mitigate it. A lot of the things that we've done late. The USDA only recently implemented a program to start testing bulk milk shipments to try to detect outbreaks on dairy farms where a lot of this infection is localized. It's only in the past summer that we started compensating farmers for the losses they sustained by turning over cases on their farms, and the compensation is still too low. We haven't distributed tests to dairy farms so they can start testing their workers. There was one recent study done, albeit a small study, that showed upwards of 7% of all dairy farm workers have likely been infected already with the bird flu. And we haven't done anything to compensate dairy farms for losses they sustain by turning over those cases among their workers, lost days of work, absences, things like that. And I think we need to do more to be compensating these dairy farms if we want them to do the right thing. They're on the front lines of this risk right now for the American public, and we can't expect them to bear the full burden of that. We also haven't taken steps to stockpile the full range of antiviral drugs that could be effective against this virus. We have a lot of Tamiflu in the national stockpile, upwards of 60 million doses, but a lot of that's old. And it could be the case that if this virus does break out, it may be susceptible to one antiviral drug, but not another. So you want to have the full range of antiviral drugs available. And we've started late updating the vaccines that could be effective against this virus. The vaccines we have stockpiled right now, about 10 million doses, may not be effective against this particular strain. So we need to update those vaccines and have them prepared as a potential hedge against this breaking out.
71% of the herds, dairy herds in California, have been exposed to H5N1. And I bring up California because we don't realize that it actually is the biggest dairy production state. California is a monster when it comes to agricultural products. Do we need to worry about the nation's milk supply, or is that just taking it maybe to the nth degree a little bit too far?
Well, look, this is probably wider than just California. California is doing a lot to test their dairy farms, so they're turning over the cases. This may be more widespread among other states as well. There are real economic risks to the spread of this virus. When cattle are infected, they often are put to slaughter. This could become an issue with the milk and the meat supply in this country if it continues. As you said, 875 herds across 16 states have already been infected, and it kills upwards of 2 to 5% of the infected cows, and milk production goes down about 20%. So as this becomes more widespread, and it's likely to continue to spread among dairy cows at this point, it seems to be endemic in the dairy herd in this country, you could see an impact on milk and dairy supply.
Interesting. How's that though? It's like, wow. Sounds like this is kind of what they want though, right?
Yep.
Sounds like an agenda to me.
Well, let me bring up one more person.
I had no idea that there were other people like me out there living their lives.
Ask your healthcare provider if Biktarvy is right for you, and visit Biktarvy.com to view the important facts, including important warnings.
Simon says, upgrade. Again.
What's new? Who cares?
Concerning new CDC report on the first severe human case of bird flu in the U.S. Samples taken from a patient in Louisiana show mutations that could make it easier for this virus to spread from person to person. Now, right now, there's no evidence it's been passed along to anyone else, and the CDC says risk to the public remains low. But experts warn a single mutation like this could potentially lead to another pandemic.
The virus may mutate and become more easily transmitted person to person. So the more this virus circulates and specifically co-circulates with human strains, that's going to increase the odds of the virus evolving to more human-to-human transmission. And that of course, could signal another pandemic.
Joining us now is Dr. Deborah Birx. You may remember her as the response coordinator for the White House Coronavirus Task Force in the first Trump administration. We are very fortunate to have your expertise as we try to figure out what's going on with the bird flu and what it could mean. So far, 65 human cases of bird flu have been reported in the U.S. this year, all contracted by animals. But now we have this new mutation in Louisiana. How worried should we be about bird flu potentially becoming another pandemic?
Well, I love the way you said 63 cases, because I have no idea how many cases there were or are, because our number one principle in preventing pandemics is detect. And if you go to the CDC website, you can see that they're monitoring more than 10,000 exposures, but they've only tested 530. What does that mean? That means we're not testing enough. And we know from other viruses that a lot of the spread can be asymptomatic. So we're kind of have our head in the sand about how widespread this is from the zoonotic standpoint, from the animal to human standpoint.
Now listen to what she just said, okay? That's the same BF they pulled off last time.
You talking about with the I know you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you know what. I'm glad you're on the website. Yeah, your website. I mean, hey, gotta let them have it, man.
Now, also remember, most of those cases described to date happened in the spring and the summer, not when we had H1N1 circulating right now, when we're running the flu pandemic with throughout the United States. So we have rising flu cases, and now we have still zoonotic events coming. So now you've set up for potentially a farm worker getting H5N1, also getting the current flu strain and reassorting in that individual. To me, that's almost a bigger threat to these mutations happening in individuals over time.
When you say reassorting in that person, what does that mean?
Okay, so the H5 virus, which doesn't adapt too well to our upper respiratory tract and is preventing us from getting infected, but it's infecting cows and pigs and cats and dogs. So our flu, which has the binding sites for us, for our nasal passages. Viruses are very specific, and so they're very animal or human specific. Now we have human flu circulating. At the same time, we have this zoonotic flu circulating.
And the zoonotic is for our viewers, again, the
bird flu, yes.
Okay.
So we have the animal flu, let's call it the animal flu, and now we have human flu co-circulating. And at any time, someone could get both of those unknowingly. And particularly in California, where all the dairy workers now are getting exposed, flu is rising in the South and into California. So we should be monitoring carefully that dual exposure, because if you get both of the flus at the same time, the H5 flu, the bird flu, could get the genes from the human flu and make it infectious to humans in the same way that our current flu is.
And it could be, in fact, it could become infectious to humans even if it's not coexisting with the human flu, right?
Well, if it mutates like it did in this
individual.
You asked the right question, Doc Bo. How are they gonna fall for it again?
Man, that's a good question.
No, good question. You're damn right. Some people will. Now, me, this may not work on me. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't eat chicken. So that's so I might be all right, man.
Man, you just might be.
But regardless, to me, they talk about this. I guess now here go my thing with this. If they talk about dairy workers and farm workers, I guess they want to get rid of your food supply. So, but anyway. But anyway, I guess something did get the bird flu, man, because oh, I can't find it now. Oh, they whack. Man, damn, I was trying to find the damn thing of the chicken catching the ride in Florida, man. Shit, man. Fuck. There you go, Shaq. Somebody got the bird flu. Look at that chicken in the back of the car, man.
Wow.
Yo. Right ready for the crock pot. Look at that chicken break. Man,
It might cross the road though. You know.
that's wild, man. Damn. Well, that's how they do it, Frank. They lie to us and then they tell us, oh, the chicken, look at that beautiful little chicken, man. Look at that little chicken, man. Well, all right. Back to some things here. All right, let's see. Let's see. Old money luxury.
When you imagine becoming the heiress to a monumental old money fortune that spans not one, lined with the silks of couture.
Let me find this video for you.
Nathan's clients are so happy with the benefits packages he proposed. He's getting minimal questions and maximum.
For a century, the DuPonts had built their gunpowder empire along Delaware's Brandywine River, where each morning fathers would kiss their children goodbye, knowing it might be for the last time. And the family lived and died by a simple code. Every DuPont son started in the powder yards, learning to gauge quality by taste and touch, running toward explosions while others fled. Yet, by 1902, three cousins from a new generation were locked in a struggle for control of what would be worth a staggering $3.6 billion today. But these were men who believed in boardrooms over powder yards, and their battle for supremacy would tear apart America's greatest industrial dynasty. Thus, in today's episode, we'll share the full history of the multi-billion-dollar fight for total control, as we describe the DuPont family war, when old money battles for America's greatest fortune. The city is Wilmington, Delaware, and the year is 1902, and the age of family business was ending. But one dynasty refused to fade. And in a sprawling estate overlooking the Brandywine River, Alfred I. DuPont sat at his grandfather's desk, running calloused fingers over the wooden surface where 3 generations of powder kings had signed their orders. At 38, he had already given more to the family business than most men give in a lifetime, including his left eye, lost while saving workers from an explosion in 1890. But in the DuPont family, sacrifice was currency. Since 1702, when Eleuthère Irénée DuPont fled the French Revolution to build America's first powder mills, the family had lived by one rule: the company comes first. They measured time not in years, but in explosions. The inevitable cost of turning simple saltpeter into the gunpowder that built a nation. The powder yards along the Brandywine were more than just a business. They were an emblem of DuPont determination. Each building was positioned precisely 400 feet from its neighbors. A calculation written in blood after early explosions taught the family that closer spacing meant higher death tolls. The walls were built paper-thin on 3 sides, with only the riverside wall fortified, ensuring any explosion would blow outward, away from the water wheel that powered the mills. Alfred had learned the business literally from the ground up. At age 12, he was already working the powder yards, learning each step of the dangerous process. By 20, he knew every worker by name. His hands-on experience and technical innovations had helped push DuPont toward dominance in America's powder production, with the company's market share growing larger each year. The family's success was built on an ironclad tradition. Every DuPont son started in the yards. They learned to gauge powder quality by taste, to detect dangerous conditions by smell, to know by touch when the mixture was right. They lived in identical houses along the Brandywine, each within running distance of the mills. When explosion alarms rang, DuPonts ran toward danger, not away from it. And the DuPonts were known for their hands-on management of the powder works. Unlike many industrial dynasties of the era, family members regularly worked in the yards and laboratories. In fact, this dangerous work claimed the lives of both workers and DuPont family members, including Lamotte DuPont in 1884. By the turn of the century, the family business had become America's primary powder supplier. Their products had armed the Union Army, broken through mountain ranges for railroads, and fueled America's westward expansion. The DuPont name wasn't just on paperwork, it was carved into the nation's bedrock. But as the new century dawned, a new generation was rising, one that believed in boardrooms over powder yards, in financial engineering over chemical engineering. Led by Alfred's cousins Pierre and Coleman, these young DuPonts had degrees from MIT and fancy offices in Philadelphia. Spoke of diversification, modernization, efficiency. To Alfred, these were just fancy words for forgetting who you were. The clash was inevitable. Old money versus new thinking. Tradition versus transformation. The powder yard versus the boardroom. But what no one could predict was how personal it would become, or how it would reshape American capitalism itself. The first shot in the DuPont Civil War wasn't fired with gunpowder, it was delivered in a memo. In 1914, Pierre DuPont, armed with graphs and efficiency studies from his newly established statistics division, proposed a radical restructuring of the family business. The old system, where each family member managed their own department with near-complete autonomy, would be replaced by a modern corporate structure. Professional managers would replace family members. Scientific management would replace handshake deals. For Alfred, who had spent decades in the powder yards and lost an eye in a dynamite-making accident in 1890, it was more than a business proposal. It was an attack on everything his grandfather had built. The memo proposed eliminating the department structure that had defined DuPont's operations for generations. The family's weekly dinners, once forums for easy conversation and business discussion, became battlegrounds. Cousins who had grown up together now barely spoke. The three-person executive committee meetings, where Alfred, Pierre, and Coleman were meant to guide the company's future, became increasingly contentious. Pierre and Coleman's vision was ambitious. They wanted to transform DuPont from a family-run powder business into a modern chemical corporation. Their plans included establishing dedicated research laboratories, creating separate divisions for different product lines, and implementing a centralized management structure based on methods pioneered by railroads and steel companies. The changes they proposed were fundamental. The traditional system, where family members learned the business from the ground up and managed their departments based on personal experience, would be replaced by professional managers trained in modern business methods. Decision-making would shift from individual family members to corporate committees. Efficiency would take priority over tradition. But Alfred saw this modernization as a threat to everything the DuPont name stood for. While Pierre and Coleman spoke of efficiency and profitability, Alfred thought of the generations of family members who had built the business through personal relationships and hands-on management. He witnessed long-serving family members being pushed aside in favor of professional managers with business degrees, but no powder yard experience. The dispute quickly moved beyond mere business disagreement. It became a battle over the very soul of the company, whether DuPont would remain a family business or become something entirely new. Pierre and Coleman sought support from family members and shareholders who believed in their vision of a modern chemical corporation. Alfred found allies among those who valued tradition and family control. As 1914 drew to a close, it became clear that this conflict couldn't be resolved through normal family channels. The battle lines were drawn, and both sides were preparing for what would become one of the most dramatic corporate conflicts in American business history. In January 1915, the simmering DuPont family conflict finally spilled into public view through the pages of the Wilmington Morning News. The dispute, previously confined to boardrooms and family dinners, became a matter of public record, as Alfred I. DuPont voiced his opposition to his cousin's management. He challenged their modern business approaches and what he saw as a departure from the company's traditional values. What made this conflict extraordinary, explains corporate historian James Clark, was how it transformed from a private family.
That's a little bit of the DuPonts right there.
At Harbor Freight, we do business differently from the other guys. We design and test our own tools and sell them directly to you. No middleman. No folks in suits telling us to raise prices for the heck.
What's up, guys? W7 back at you. Got some questions here in regards to this mysterious fog everyone's seeing out there. Now, maybe you're not seeing it. Maybe you're seeing normal fog. There is, without a doubt, something going on across the country. This is being reported in multiple towns, multiple cities, multiple states, coast to coast, even in the UK. The question is if you guys are seeing this, are you experiencing anything? Are you having symptoms? Are you having sore throat, feeling really sluggish? People are talking about not being able to sleep, tossing and turning. All these different symptoms people are getting sick, flu-like symptoms after experiencing this fog. So a lot of people, a ton of people, hundreds, if not thousands of people commenting on this. And I was curious if you guys are seeing it. If so, let me know what area you guys are in and what all you guys are experiencing in terms of what's happening in your region. Now, I know because I live in a place that has fog itself up in the mountains all the time. People with fog, you should know what the normal fog looks like. This fog is like thicker and it's carrying some kind of weird smell to it from what we're hearing. Now, I've heard about this coming out of more than half the states. Fortunately, I've not seen it or heard of anything in my state of Kentucky, but all the surrounding states have seen it. It's raising questions. People are getting sick. People in Florida saying that they're finding things in their water, some weird stuff in the water. If any of you guys can get samples, that would be key. We need to get some testing done on this. So if anyone out there can grab some kind of sample, some form, some shape of this, we need to get it tested. And that's really the only way we're going to get to the bottom of it, if you ask me. There are government projects on the books where they can spray stuff on us like animals, like all day long. And they've been doing so for a long time. But I think we need to get to the bottom of this and try to get some answers, man. So let me know if you guys are experiencing this. For all the small-minded people out there, like it's just fog, to assume that all these other people are dealing with regular fog is stupid. When you see this many people having issues, it's ignorant. So no doubt there's regular fog out there, but no doubt this.
Hey, Frank, what do you think about that?
Turning to the day's other headlines, and we start in Puerto Rico, which is spending New Year's Eve almost completely without power. A blackout began at dawn, and officials say it could take 2 days to get power fully restored. Puerto Ricans who could afford generators powered them up, as others stocked up on supplies. The private company that runs most of the electricity on the island says as many as 1.4 million of its customers have been affected. Luma Energy says the failure of an underground power line is likely to blame. Puerto Rico struggles with chronic power outages due to crumbling infrastructure, though widespread blackouts like this one are rare. A military appeals court ruled against Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's attempts to throw out plea deals for 3 9/11 defendants being held at Guantanamo Bay. The ruling would once again allow Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 2 others to plead guilty for their roles in the attacks that killed nearly 3,000 people. In exchange, they'd be spared the possibility of the death penalty. Secretary Austin had tried to nullify that deal, but the judge hearing the case decided he lacked standing to intervene. Separately, the Pentagon repatriated a Tunisian man held at Guantanamo since 2002 without being formally charged. Rida bin Saleh al-Yazidi's departure leaves 26 men at the facility, down from a peak of about 700. In Ukraine, Russia struck targets across the country overnight with a barrage of missiles and drones. In the capital, Kyiv, air raid sirens rang out and residents reported multiple explosions. Local officials say missile debris struck Kyiv's Darnitsky district. There have been no reports of casualties so far. Else authorities in the northeastern Suma region reported strikes.
You're a CIO in 2024, so what's on the agenda? Threat briefings, IT meetings, and lots of coffee. But with tailored solutions built for your business, you're ready. Powering the CIOs that make it happen. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
All right, now it is time for Tech Check.
Now, let me say something. You know, the day they actually came out and said that that I think that U.S. Treasury got hacked by China. Right.
A troubling security story out of Washington. The Treasury Department says it was hacked by cyber criminals backed by the Chinese state government in what it's calling a major breach. CBS News Homeland Security and Justice reporter Nicole Skanga is in Washington following this story for us. Nicole, what do we know about the scope of the breach? What were hackers able to access?
Yeah, Lindsay, a Treasury official actually said cyber criminals breached federal workstations remotely, accessing unclassified documents. And in a letter to lawmakers sent Monday, that Treasury official explained that cyber criminals gained access by using a key stolen from a third-party vendor called Beyond Trust, overriding the security of their cloud-based system. That official called the attack a major incident. As you pointed out, the vendor notified the Treasury back on December 8th. Now, while we know that none of the information accessed was classified, still a number of questions remaining for the Treasury, including how many documents were stolen and did they contain any crucial information, any taxpayer information, for instance.
What is the Treasury Department doing in the aftermath of this hack? And is the Chinese government responding?
Yeah, well, a Treasury Department spokesperson said it's taken service offline, and it added in a statement that there's no evidence indicating the threat actor has continued access to Treasury information. So they're now working with the FBI and the nation's top cybersecurity agency called CISA to determine really what was the exact impact here. As for any reaction, a Chinese embassy spokesperson has called the disclosure here a smear attack. Beijing's foreign ministry is also responding, saying that the PRC has, quote, always opposed all forms of hacker attacks.
Nicole, this breach, it comes on the heels of several other Chinese-linked cyber attacks. I mean, there was one from October that we reported on by a hacking group known as Salt Typhoon. It hit telecom companies like Verizon and AT&T. And at that time, a U.S. senator said this should be a wake-up call for the government. Are we doing enough? And what more can you tell us about the timing of all this?
Yeah, Lindsay, you're exactly right. This breach really follows a string of Chinese-linked cyber attacks, including that massive hacking campaign by the group nicknamed Salt Typhoon, that Chinese-linked group. And cyber criminals backed by the Chinese state targeted at least 8 U.S. telecommunications companies. You mentioned a few big ones there. According to U.S. officials, that compromised the metadata of hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of Americans. That's the who, what, where, and when of our phone communications. That notorious group also zeroing in on more than 100 senior government officials, eavesdropping on phone conversations and spying on text messages. To your point, the incident served as a major wake-up call, with the U.S. government now encouraging victims there, and really all Americans, use encrypted messaging platforms, WhatsApp, Signal, those blue iMessage text bubbles. Another really important note here, Lindsay, the holidays are often called the season of giving, but for cyber criminals, it's also really the season of hacking, with organizations frequently understaffed, short on resources. This latest incident is one of many to hit over the holidays in recent years, and it's a good reminder to both government agencies and corporations that attackers don't take holiday days off.
The season of hacking, yikes. All right, Nicole Skanga, thank you. A troubling...
Yo. Frank.
Eggs make all our family moments better. Especially when they're Eggland's best, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
Breaking news, police have located the man suspected of shooting 2 security guards, critically wounding one of them.
The shooting happened outside of a Target store at 7th and Fig in downtown LA. And right now, police are working to take that suspect into custody. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Mackey is live with the very latest. Ashley?
David, Irene, that's right. Right now I'm at the corner of Bixel and 7th Street. That's just around the corner from where that shooting took place. And you can see behind me, they have firefighters here on scene, on standby. They also have SWAT on scene, ready and in position. We're told that SWAT was just waiting on a search warrant to proceed in the apprehension of the suspect, who is barricaded in an apartment building on Ingram Street. This standoff has already gone on for hours. And now we know that SWAT is in the apartment just above where the suspect is believed to be located. In a press conference just a few hours ago, police described the suspect as violent and armed after the suspect engaged in what they described as a gunfight with 2 security guards at the Target at 7th and Fig. 2 people were shot. One victim was a loss prevention Target employee. They were shot multiple times and remains in the hospital in critical condition. The other was an armed security guard who was able to check out of the hospital today. Police say more than 10 rounds were fired during the incident.
This remains a very active scene here. I'll show you live over my shoulder what I'm talking about. You can see the ongoing investigation just outside of that Target store. 2 security guards here were shot. The search now on for the suspect. And let me give you an exclusive look right now at the man the LAPD says that they are looking for. This is a photo from surveillance video here at the plaza. Investigators say he's believed to be around 25 years old. He ran from the scene, but police are hoping that the public will be able to help track him down thanks to that photo. Now just take a look at the frantic scene. Just moments after the gunfire erupted, paramedics rushing to treat the 2 injured security guards, taking them to the hospital. We're told at least one of them is in critical condition. All of this happened just before 9 here at 7th and Fig Plaza in downtown LA. It's unclear if the security guards were trying to stop the gunman or how the encounter unfolded. Witnesses, though, say it was an all-out gun battle.
We were actually in line just waiting to pay for our items when we heard the shootout take place outside. Extremely loud, extremely traumatic, and we all just started running towards the back. We were guided by one of the sales reps, one of the cashiers, I should say, at the front. But extremely traumatic. We heard several rounds go off, and we just pretty much ran towards the back and just left our items in the cart and just tried to do the best that we could to get to safety. People were crying at the moment, screaming. Everyone was just, some people were running towards the aisle. Some people were hiding towards the clothes. Everyone just started running and scattering in different directions.
Again, the investigation continuing. One of the
Tonight, an urgent search underway for the person responsible for throwing 2 dogs off a bridge in Mobile.
Investigators say someone in a black SUV pulled over on Dog River Bridge, throwing the 2 dogs you see on your screen into the water.
Our Natalie Williamson has been looking into all of this for you. And Natalie, this story has gotten a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, that's right, Lenny and Cameron. As soon as word got out, community members were doing everything they could to try and find who did this and to make sure the dogs are okay. I spoke to one man who says he heard the dogs hitting the water, and after he realized what happened, he immediately called for help.
The urgent search for an individual who threw 2 dogs off Dog River Bridge is underway. It was Saturday afternoon around 3:30 when DJ Perryman was at the River Shack. That's when he says he heard a loud splash in the water. After hearing gasps from other people, he turned around and was shocked, prompting him to call 911.
We first thought it was a person jumping, and then we looked out and saw the 2 heads swimming and realized it wasn't a person, but an animal. Weren't sure what immediately, but.
According to police, these 2 miniature pinschers were thrown off the top of Dog River Bridge, which stands 73 feet above water. Investigators say the person responsible for this was last seen driving a black SUV. Lieutenant Tina Zanko with Mobile Police Department says with the help of people nearby, they were able to locate the dogs. That's when she called Corporal Paul Lee, assigned to Marine Detail with MPD, who was off duty at the time, to help rescue these furry friends.
I was actually already in the waterway, recreating, and just went ahead and responded to the incident site.
Zanka, who has been a part of the police department for over 25 years, says in all her years of experience,
Nearly 5 years after the COVID-19 outbreak, China may now have a mystery virus on the prowl. According to reports, China has been battling an outbreak of human metapneumovirus, or HMPV. What is known about it? How dangerous is it? As per the information available so far, HMPV causes symptoms similar to influenza as well as COVID-19. However, unlike the two, it currently does not have any corresponding vaccine. How concerning is that? Let's first tell you more about what is known. According to experts, HMPV infections rose in mainland China over the past few days. In the northern province in China, reportedly, the infection rate has shown an upward trend. On Friday, China's Diseases Control Authority said that it was piloting a monitoring system for pneumonia, whose origin is unknown as of now. The Chinese medical body reportedly also said that cases of some respiratory diseases are expected to rise through the winter. It's reportedly to establish a dedicated system that can help the authorities set up protocols to handle unknown pathogens. Not just that, according to the state broadcaster CCTV, the National Disease Control and Prevention Administration is set to establish a separate procedure for laboratories to report as well as for prevention agencies to verify and handle cases. You see, all of this is happening and is being closely looked at given the backdrop of the COVID-19 mayhem. Responding to this outbreak, the Deputy Director of Taiwan Centers for Disease Control, or CDC, has said that Taiwan is closely monitoring the virus as well. Why is that? As it suspects that the outbreak might also affect Taiwan. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, a leading epidemiologist has recently reportedly said that levels of HMPV remained low even amid the outbreak in mainland China. But what exactly is HMPV and what do we know about it? According to the official of Taiwan CDC, it is a common type of respiratory virus that mainly causes more serious illness in young children and older adults, as well as those with compromised immune systems. In others, the symptoms of this infection are in fact quite similar to those of the common cold. Therefore, symptoms commonly associated with HMPV include cough, fever, nasal congestion, and shortness of breath. However, clinical symptoms of HMPV infection may progress to bronchitis or pneumonia and are similar to other viruses that cause upper and lower respiratory infections. Now, can it turn deadly? According to the Chinese CDC, while the virus usually poses no major risks, those with pre-existing lung conditions like asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, etc., are at a higher risk of severe outcomes. How does it get transmitted? HMPV most likely gets spread from an infected person to others through secretions from coughing and sneezing and close personal contact, such as touching or shaking hands.
Now, once again, here we go again. All right, let's pull this up.
The artificial intelligence and data center revolution.
President-elect Donald Trump on Saturday sided with Elon Musk in a public dispute over the H-1B visa for foreign tech workers, a program opposed by some of his supporters. Trump, who moved to limit the visa's use during his first presidency, told the New York Post that he was a believer in the, quote, great program. His remarks followed a series of social media posts from Musk on Friday, who vowed to go to war to defend the visa program. Musk's post was directed at Trump's supporters and immigration hardliners, who have increasingly pushed for the H-1B visa program to be scrapped. On Friday, Steve Bannon, a longtime Trump confidant, critiqued big tech oligarchs for supporting the program and cast immigration as a threat to Western civilization. In response, Musk and many other tech billionaires drew a line between what they view as legal immigration and illegal immigration. The billionaire CEO has held an H-1B visa, and his company Tesla obtained 724 of the visas this year. The U.S. tech industry relies on the government's H-1B visa program to hire foreign skilled workers to help run its companies, a labor force that critics say undercuts wages for American citizens.
Well, let me say something about this. And there will be a lot of Leos because of this, because of the AI.
Man.
What the heck? Dang, man, you been gone for a minute, man. What the hell going on, man?
My bad, damn, man.
You fell asleep or something?
Yeah, my bad, damn. Man, I'm good.
I played a lot of stuff, man, that last 15 minutes, man. China got an unknown virus. The Chinese hackers been attack the U.S. Treasury. Come on, man.
Wow.
That's what they say.
I didn't think it was, his headline,
All right, let's see. This is about the HB1 visa, though.
Now, the election of Donald Trump as president has brought in new focus on the H-1B visa. Trump's stance on H-1B visas, which have long been a contentious issue, continues to stir debate. Elon Musk's social media comment came under scrutiny as many ex-users claimed that he lied in that post, with many accusing him of lying about his immigration history. Musk claimed that he and many others critical to SpaceX and Tesla are in the U.S. because of the H-1B visa, leading some to argue that Musk came on a student visa and not H-1B and violated its terms. Supporters of Musk clarified that he was referring to immigrants benefiting from H-1B program, not claiming he personally came on it. The debate intensified within the MAGA movement, with figures like Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy supporting the extension of H-1B visas. Critics argue that these visas displace American workers, especially in the tech sector, while others contend that they are necessary to address the country's growing tech talent shortage. With H-1B applications facing significant cost hikes and regulatory changes, the program's future remains uncertain. The development is especially significant for the Indian community, which plays a vital role in the U.S. tech industry. Indians make up a large portion of the H-1B visa holders, contributing to the growth and innovation of American companies. Despite criticisms, data shows that Indian professionals help fill the gap left by the shortage of domestic tech talent, especially in fields like software engineering. In fact, Indian Americans are one of the wealthiest immigrant groups in the United States, with a median household income of $126,705, surpassing the immigrant population from other countries. Indian immigrants have consistently demonstrated resilience and ambition, becoming key contributors to the U.S. economy. Their success is a testament to the American dream and the opportunities that immigration provides. As Trump re-enters the political arena and the future of H-1B visas comes into focus, Indian professionals will be watching closely, eager to see how these policies will impact their communities and careers in the years ahead.
All right, man, what do you think about that?
That's what they prioritize. They prioritize. I mean, on both angles, I look at it like this, because when them people, when you get the H1 them visas, man, you gotta stay at that company. You gotta, it's a contract. You gotta stay working for a certain amount of time, and so them people are guaranteed working. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna guarantee stay working. So I look at it like they must and them want that. They want people. They want guaranteed workers. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna, and then they're gonna look at it like, well, it's gonna be a certain immigrant class that comes over here anyway. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're pushing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's more labor. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give priority to certain immigrants. And then they try to make it seem like, he try to make it seem like people lazy. Nah, it's just it's resources. You know what I'm saying? It's opportunity. It's class reasons. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Couple different things. Pioneer, what up? What up? Okay, Pioneer over here. Mm.
Man. He posts a lot of videos up here. Okay.
Labor force because there was a recognition there was not enough people within the U.S. labor force. So that's where all of this actually started. Okay. And then in 1990, this got expanded. They had, I think, the H1A, and then it became the H1B. And you can look up the details. You can find it all over the map. And the H1B expanded to include all different types of workers who could come into the United States. Okay. The reality was most of those workers ended up coming from India. You know, a large factor, much more. If China was like 30,000, Indians were like 260,000 who used the H-1B to come to the United States, H-1B on a, you know, temporary business visa. And so what was this for? Well, let me give you a little bit of context of this, where all of this came from. And I'm a child of that in a very deep way, in a very profound way. During the Kennedy administration and the Johnson administration, it was recognized that the United States didn't have enough technical labor force. So they opened up the immigration gates to allow very, very highly skilled workers from India to come here, the best of the best. To give you an idea, my dad came here in 1968, 69. He was one of the premier engineers of India, a chemical engineer who came from nothing and was a super brain. I mean, he, at the age of 28, 29, he was running massive factories, manufacturing factories. His boss sent him for training to Unilever in the United States. When he came here in 1968, 69, he was working in Chicago for Unilever, and his person who was supposed to train him said, his name was Aya Dure. They said Dure, and they called him Dure. They said, we can't teach you anything. You know more than us. So, and they wanted to recruit him. Now, he was very loyal to his Indian employer, and he chose not to do that. When he went back to India, he told his employer, you know, they want me to come. And his employer was a very interesting guy, he's a serial entrepreneur. He said, you know, Dure, you should go. It would be good for your family. And so he actually supported my dad, and my dad came here the next year. And that was when the recession hit in 1970. And my dad came here with about $75 in his pocket to the United States. Okay. And he settled in New Jersey. And subsequently, we waited a year. And through legal immigration, my parents came. Now, this was at a time in the United States where when my sister and I went to school, out of 4,000.
Okay. This a very long. This a very long. Hey, what's up, Delson?
What's up, Frank, DJ, everybody in the chat? Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, I was gonna say, this is a long, this is kind of long video. Watch this, but he kind of has that Doc Sheet right. He broke down some things in the video that about that HB1 thing, and but it also it's kind of like that they kind of screw both people over with it, the people and them, because they basically here on like contract, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But it's shit too, hour 55 minutes long. But I was gonna bring this up because before you got on, they say China dealing with a new type of flu, or pneumonia, unknown pneumonia. Couple other things. Oh, the stomach virus hit Virginia, the norovirus. Yeah, that happened.
Okay.
And there's also a mysterious fog. And
Yes.
and just for you, because they call y'all, what they call y'all, chocolate or whatever. That's what they call you.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. Food recall. Here you go.
Hello,
They
welcome to the
really.
recall list, where we inform you of the latest food and health product recalls. Each year, numerous food products are recalled due to safety issues like contamination or mislabeling. These recalls are essential to protect consumers from potential health risks. Knowing which products have been affected is crucial for safeguarding your well-being. In this video, we'll outline recent food and health recalls, why they happen, and what actions you should take to ensure your safety. Let's get started. Today, we've got a crucial update you can't ignore. Hammond's Candies of Denver, Colorado is recalling 4-ounce bags of their dark chocolate-filled mini waffle cones due to undeclared milk. If you have a milk allergy or severe sensitivity, consuming these products could lead to a serious or even life-threatening allergic reaction. These waffle cones were distributed widely across the United States, reaching 39 states and online orders from hammondscandies.com and amazon.com. Look for the 4-ounce stand-up resealable bag with UPC -691355905135. Check for product codes LN0525453 with use by dates of March 20th, 2025 and May 20th, 2025. Printed.
So just letting people know. Just letting people know that's one thing that's going on. They say with recalls. Now, I tell you about the drone. Now next week, Dawson, it's supposed to snow here, believe it or not. So they might get 3 inches of snow. But I told you this morning, the day I was feeling kind of draggy, like it was kind of weird, right? Some days you got that extra pepper. Then some days you feel like something dragging, like I told you, the fog or mistiness and all that. Remember I said something about that before? Well,
You talked about the other day. You said that, BJ, when you was asking us.
But this morning too, because this morning was kind of the car window was misty, like, right?
Oh, you talking about the dew on your car from the fog?
Yeah, but that ain't no dew.
I see.
And as a matter of fact, here we go
Nah,
here.
that ain't no. Yeah, played it. I was telling Frank and Shaq about it. I couldn't show him the photos. I was on X looking at it. Did they post it on YouTube?
I played a video of it earlier, but I'm gonna tell you something. You
Oh.
remember them drones?
Yeah, they was spraying stuff too. They was spraying stuff.
Well, wouldn't you know it? The NYPD tonight, their New Year's Eve celebration, are gonna use drones.
See what I'm saying?
Here you go.
To be so for real, last year was kind of a lot for me. I was just feeling kind of like burned out. And
for more on New Year's Eve security, we want to bring in former NYPD Detective Wally Zines, also former commanding officer of the Manhattan Night Watch. So great person to have on today. Happy New Year's Eve to you, Wally. Thanks for joining us. We know that there's not a specific threat officials are worried about. We got that soundbite. But what are the main concerns for police tonight? Because obviously this is like the Super Bowl for New York City.
It sure is, and it's the biggest event that NYPD has to take care of. There is a frozen zone, and keep in mind, NYPD has, besides what you see here, we have 14 detectives assigned throughout the world, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and they get real-time intelligence. So we're right on everything. In addition to that, we have frozen zones in Times Square. One of the important things is that we look back at the incident that took place in Germany on the, that Christmas market incident. And also we look at 2022, we had 3 of our officers attacked on Times Square during that particular thing. So we're well prepared. And we have so many things going on. All sewers, all vending machines, mailboxes have been welded shut. All or they'll be moved. It's so interesting. We also put in 600 police recruits at the police academy who are supposed to graduate next week, and they will have their first tour of duty in Times Square for 2025. In addition, we'll have the helicopters, the drones, by the way, will be counter drones. We have 6 of them throughout the city and also on outer perimeters. They have the capability of taking down a drone, following a drone, or just being able to find out where that drone came from.
All this for New Year's, man. Come on. I'm like, God damn it, man. Okay. All right. Dawson, who's ruling the world here?
That's a good question.
Because I'm like, wait a minute, man. I'm like, Rick cannot be this. You know something?
What happened?
You know, earlier before you came on, they said they're investigating some man or person who threw 2 dogs off in the river or something like that, right? They saying chicken trying to hatch a ride in somebody's car. I'm like, yo, I am officially in the Lulu land or La La land. They say chicken tried to hitchhike with a man in a car in Florida. I'm like, come on, man, stop. And then they showed a chicken in the back of a car with a crock pot. I'm like, come on, man. This has got to be some crazy stuff. But anyway, while all that was going on, I did play the stuff of the bird flu. So they say it's very, they said that, and they got the usual suspects, Dr. Deborah Birx, Scott Gottlieb of the FDA, former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb. You listen to the name, you kind of know who. But, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I know that now when I was on Dr. Lean, listening to him earlier, California had declared emergency. They hadn't even had 1 case yet. Now, how the hell you have emergency? You ain't got no case, right? And they say 61 cases now, but they said they won't. They say they got like, I think 400,000 dairy farmers in this country. Them the ones they say they need to go, and then they need to compensate.
Well, they said if they do it that way, BJ, what they saying is they can go and shut people farms down and stuff. They can shut people farms down and go in there and jab. That's the game. Yep. And then they can run the prices, of course, of the food up high as all our doughs. I think Frank was saying eggs, what did he say, $12?
Well, let me tell you something. Unless it coming in a book item, I ain't paying $12 for hardly any food. You got to be something real good to pay $12 for it straight out like that by itself. $12 for the price of eggs is crazy. Okay? You can get, unless you get, like I said, you're getting book food, you're getting stuff for a long time, but this is crazy. Right? But Doc Balls asked a question in my chat. He wondered if people gonna fall for this game again. I said, what you think? You damn right they're gonna fall for it. Some people is.
Is it PSYOP Saturday or what? PSYOP Saturday?
Oh, they're gonna be running this stuff for a while now. Look, let me tell you something.
Wait, what happened? What happened now? Oh, the
I can see that. I can see that, BJ. I can see people falling for it again because my sister sent me a message about how they had on the news respiratory illness and all that. I say, yeah, because they sprayed it on you.
Yep.
Y'all better watch the hidden hand. They got y'all right there with Beyonce performing up there in the Reliance Stadium with the Texans.
You know,
And why do Texas has the highest cases in red? All the red states got the highest cases. Did y'all see that map?
mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pay attention. We under attack.
Well, I'm gonna say that, and that's why. Now they say today that the Chinese hijacked the U.S. Treasury too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about
I
that.
saw that the other day. I heard that crap. So you know what that means? You know the play they finna run on the banks, baby. Get y'all money out.
I'm looking at this like, right, okay, right.
No, they did the report talking about they don't have enough to cover everybody. They only got 1.2 trillion to cover. You think they covering the average Joe? No.
No.
You saw what they did with was it Silicon Valley Bank?
Yep.
They gave all them tech people their money back. Y'all notice that? Pay attention. Go look it up.
Oh, I know they gave the money back. As a matter of fact, Dawson, thank you for mentioning Silicon Valley, because you just reminded me to show you this video. You gonna love it. This, hey, Frank. I'm gonna play this for Dawson. I showed it to you. Now I want you to see this, Dawson.
Refinance your home.
You might want to pull your notepad out on this one, okay?
Okay.
With a zero closing cost mortgage from Cap Center and save thousands.
Stop the video.
You can get into IT. You can get into the STEM world.
Preparing tech professionals since 1966.
A more calculated power player watches from the shadows. Indeed, Peter Thiel, the man who made Zuckerberg, backed both Trump and Musk before either was considered viable and built a multi-billion-dollar fortune without ever trending on social media. In today's episode of Old Money Luxury, we share the story of how this chess prodigy became the true shadow president of American power, as we describe Peter Thiel, the secretive billionaire who will rule America. Let's talk about real power, not the kind that preens for cameras or trends on Twitter, but the sort that reshapes entire industries with a single investment. In late 2024, Peter Thiel sits atop a staggering $14.8 billion fortune, though calling it mere wealth, rather, understates the matter spectacularly. Picture a man who turned a measly $500,000 Facebook investment into billions, transforming Mark Zuckerberg from a college dropout with a dream into the titan of social media. Rather brilliant, wouldn't you say? But that's merely the appetizer in Thiel's feast of strategic mastery. The PayPal mafia don, as he's known in Silicon Valley circles, didn't stumble into success. After co-founding PayPal and orchestrating its $1.5 billion sale to eBay in 2002, he pocketed a cool $100 million. Most would have called it a day, perhaps bought a yacht or three, not Thiel. Instead, he founded Palantir Technologies, a data analytics behemoth that now holds contracts with the CIA and Department of Defense. Imagine having your company's tentacles deep within the most powerful intelligence agencies in the world.
All right, let me stop that right there. You heard that, Dawson?
What? The CIA and the government.
Now watch this. So that picture of a younger Elon Musk with him, right? You saw that, right?
I saw that.
And you saw Zuckerberg, right?
I saw Zuckerberg.
That's right, pal. That's right, Pioneer. I was about to tell Dawson. Oh yes, Dawson. He is openly gay, you know.
I did. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Now,
I did hear that.
But you remember your contact tracing? Remember that?
Oh, you DJ, don't tell me they had them swabs.
He one of the guys behind it. Now watch this. Watch this.
You been played again.
Watch this. I'm about to throw you a real monkey in the rich here. Since the election of Trump, who you think stock went up 50%? 250%.
Palantir.
250%, right? Now, Palantir
Right.
just lost a contract with a company called Red Cat. And guess what Red Cat's role is? Oh,
My
this.
bad, I'm over here cooking and stuff.
Okay,
too.
no, you good, Frank. You good. What does Red Cat do? They have technology in unmanned aircraft and drone technology.
There you go.
But Peter
Man,
Thiel,
straight monopoly.
and matter of fact, you're right about monopoly because I gotta find another video I showed Frank months ago. But Peter Thiel said he don't believe in no competition in the marketplace. Oh, boy, this boy is bad, isn't he? But guess what? He's you know what persuasion he's a Jewish guy. You know what type. You know what he is.
There you go. There you go.
But he came from.
So we finna be on Bussified 2.0 now.
Well, but what I'm saying is that he, instead of I'm gonna show you when he get through the video, a well-known politician named J.D. Vance, who you think gave him $15 million?
He did too. He got his. I heard he got his too. Him too. He on him, man. He on these motherfuckers.
$15 million for his Senate campaign. And when Peter Thiel moved from his native country, where did he land at? Cleveland, Ohio.
There you go.
But Peter Thiel basically his job is, hey, look, and this, you don't know why. You'll be thinking about something in your head, or you'll be like, dang, let me look up stuff, and you realize that, dang, I looked that up and it just came right up. You ever realize that? And then,
of course, that happens all the time.
And you realize how then the politicians will be saying the same thing you saying and say something. Well, Peter Thiel, the thing that he do with this Palantir and this technology he got, basically is like get through the NSA, get what people saying online, use it, and then they throw it to the politicians and say, go out and say the same thing the people saying. That's what he does. That's
what.
That's why.
So that's how stuff gets started, man. Like that's because. Lord,
This how deep this thing is. That's why I always say, Frank. When it comes down,
how deep does that damn rabbit hole go?
And look, now check this out, because I told you they throwing Musk out there. They can throw anybody out there. Musk, Ramaswamy. Ask this: how many of them fuckers talking about this dude? Now I gotta tell you, that's why I tell you, fuck that motherfucker out front. I don't give a fuck about him. You don't know, these guys don't talk about hard no Peter Thiel. He came on Joe Rogan a couple times, and he might come out once in a while, but ain't nobody talking about this because he got contracts with the CIA. Come on, people. He came out of where, Dawson? You called it Silicon Valley.
There you go.
See? So that's why I always say, but I just wanted to give you a little rundown, guy, but they're going to break it down to you better than I did. This is crazy, right?
That's not business. That's influence of the highest order. His venture capital firm, Founders Fund, reads like a who's who of tech unicorns, SpaceX, Airbnb, and countless others. Each investment carefully chosen, each success methodically planned. Even his book, 0 to 1, has become sacred text for aspiring tech entrepreneurs, though few grasp the full scope of its author's influence. In 2016, while Silicon Valley's elite clutched their pearls in horror, Thiel boldly backed Donald Trump, speaking at the Republican National Convention and dropping $1.25 million into the campaign coffers. By 2022, he'd poured $32 million into various political campaigns, playing kingmaker with the precision of a chess grandmaster. Yet in 2023, something shifted. Thiel announced he wouldn't financially back any 2024 presidential candidates. A curious move for someone with such deep political pockets. Was it a retreat or a tactical repositioning? In classic Thiel fashion, he maintained his support, promising to continue, quote, in every other way possible, leaving the world to wonder what exactly that meant. Through his Teal Fellowship, he's been quietly building an army of young innovators, paying them 6 figures each to skip university and pursue their entrepreneurial dreams. It's a direct...
That was JD Van. You saw that, right? You saw that?
Oh.
Hey, got you, Dawson. Hey, look. That was the young JD Van. I'm glad you caught that. Frank missed it last week. I said, oh, you caught it on first time. Damn, Dawson, you good. That's good. I'm glad you caught. That was the young JD Van. But
I don't know, man.
That's good. Stay right there.
Challenge to traditional education and perfectly exemplifies Teal's approach to disruption. And his Los Angeles mansion, sprawling across 1.3 acres near the infamous Playboy Mansion, serves as just one base of operations. With 9,000 square feet of calculated luxury, including a chef's kitchen that could service a small restaurant, it's hardly the dwelling of someone who craves the spotlight. No, Teal's taste in real estate mirrors his approach to power, impressive yet purposeful. But to truly understand how a German-born chess prodigy transformed himself into Silicon Valley's most enigmatic power broker, we need to wind back the clock. The story begins far from the glittering tech campuses and political fundraisers, in a place where a young boy's mind was first shaped by international displacement and strategic thinking. Every transformative figure emerges from a...
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you. I got a friend.
From a specific historical and personal context, and for Peter Andreas Teal, born in Frankfurt am Main on the 11th of October 1967, that context would prove extraordinarily formative. The child of Klaus Friedrich and Suzanne Teal, his early years were marked by a pattern of displacement that would fundamentally shape his understanding of institutional systems and their malleability. When Peter was 1 year old, the family began their transformative journey across the Atlantic, settling first in Cleveland, Ohio. Klaus's work as a chemical engineer in various mining companies created an inherently nomadic existence, with young Peter and his younger brother Patrick Michael experiencing the kind of institutional fluidity that often breeds either adaptation or resistance. In Teal's case, it would eventually produce both. The family's sojourn in South Africa and Southwest Africa, modern-day Namibia, exposed Teal to stark institutional contrasts at a formative age. His experience at a Swakopmund school, with its mandatory uniforms and corporal punishment, provided an early education in institutional power dynamics. The practice of striking students' hands with rulers served as a visceral lesson in authoritarian control, one that would later fuel his philosophical resistance to uniformity and regimentation. Yet amid these dislocations, Teal found sanctuary in realms of structured imagination. His deep engagement with Dungeons and Dragons and science fiction, particularly the works of Isaac Asimov and Robert A. Heinlein, offered alternative models of world-building. His profound connection to J.R.R. Tolkien's mythology, so deep that he would later name 6 of his companies, including Palantir Technologies and Mithril Capital, after elements from Middle-earth, suggested an early understanding of how narrative frameworks could shape reality. The family's 1977 settlement in Foster City, California, itself a testament to engineered possibility built on reclaimed land from San Francisco Bay, marked a crucial stabilization. Here, Teal's exceptional intellectual capabilities found fertile ground. His victory in a California-wide mathematics competition while at Bowditch Middle School signaled not just academic prowess, but a mind attuned to systematic thinking. At San Mateo High School, Teal's intellectual framework began to crystallize. His engagement with Ayn Rand's philosophy coincided with his admiration for Reagan-era optimism and anti-communism, creating a distinctive fusion of libertarian thought and technological possibility. His selection as valedictorian of the class of 1985 marked not just academic achievement, but the emergence of a systematic worldview. The Stanford years proved decisive in unexpected ways. As an undergraduate, Teal encountered René Girard, whose mimetic theory of human desire and competition would profoundly influence his understanding of social dynamics. When the university moved to replace its Western culture program with a culture, ideas, and values course emphasizing diversity, Teal responded by co-founding the Stanford Review in 1987. This conservative and libertarian newspaper, supported by Irving Kristol's funding, became his first exercise in institutional counter-programming. After completing his undergraduate studies in 1989, Teal proceeded to Stanford Law School, graduating in 1992.
Go. And Paul, that this boy be moving around, don't he? Boy move around a lot, don't he? Can stay up, but he Cleveland, Ohio. He here, he there. Dang, he move around like he's on a chessboard, don't he? Tough guy.
Well, I like to see with all this information out here, he ain't hitting no more. So how that's gonna play out?
Well, here's the thing I've been saying about this with this whole thing with this one. He's not hitting, but but you don't hear anybody in the, let's say,
Media, what you mean?
Media, political specter. The only time I heard, and JD Vance did mention him one time and said that he wanted him to donate some more money or something like that. But it was like a fake fight or something to me because he called out Peter Thiel. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You ain't calling out Peter Thiel that much. He the one that's backing you. So, but yeah, this guy is in the light. And that's what I said. When you think about drones, think about this guy, Peter Thiel. Don't connect the drone technology. And it's Israeli technology too, but you got to put both of them together because this contract used that with the CIA. And then, now listen, like I told you, this guy is a homosexual, right?
Yes, yes.
But notice they not putting him out front. And that's why I told you these guys don't even show it. That's why I told you these daggone Negroes are doing this shit. They ain't nothing but a fucking gopher. They said, y'all get out there. Yep. But we're not gonna show ourselves. See how the game run?
Yeah, my funny you talk about me and my sister was talking today about one of her coworkers that's white, two white ladies, right? One of them she worked with, Tiffany, another white lady. She said they don't do that all in public. They don't hold hands. They don't show a face. You'll just think it's two white women hanging out as friends. They dress like women. They don't do all that. My sister like it's us ends that do all that and gotta go all out and dress. One of the women, the lesbos, want to dress like a dude, and the men want to be women. He said, but in their culture, they don't do it because she said her coworker told her. She said, "Oh no, we don't do that. No, we keep true to who we are, female or male. We don't do all that. No." Rightfully so. Makes sense.
It do. Yeah. It makes sense, but here's my thing. Like I tell these people, be flamboyant. Now, me personally, to me, honestly, when you're that flamboyant, let's be real. You gonna set your ass up for goddamn, you cookies that ass be whipped. See, that's what I tell you. These people don't really ask no questions. Like we got the girl right from I think she used to live in Petersburg. What's the one name? Young M.A. Yeah, they post.
Oh, that's another.
She went to school with one of my friends, something like that. Back in the day, maybe about I don't know, about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that. But so they knew who Young M.A. was. I said, man, that looked like a Butch. They said, yeah. And I looked at it, and now they showing a picture of what Young M.A. bought her girlfriend for the holidays. Dude, I really give a fuck for real. Come on, people. I don't care about that. But why you got to show me this? Oh, because you want me to think this is okay. Now look.
And it's cool, and it ain't. See, they don't never give you the bad side of this shit. They don't never. You notice that they never show show a downside of the heterosexual relationship. But okay.
And what does Young M.A. look like?
Pull up some domestic violence cases. Shit. Them murders and assault cases in their community. Ain't nobody gonna pull that up, huh? That high five rate in that community. I ain't gonna pull that up.
You know what? Before I depart, I will be pulling up high five cases. Let's pull that. We got to pull that up in a minute too, yeah, because it's going on. But don't worry about it because then they're saying, well, it's not as bad as it used to be. Bullshit. Probably worse.
However, the seeds of institutional critique planted during his undergraduate years, particularly through his intellectual engagement with Girard and his experience founding the Review, had already begun to germinate into something more profound, a systematic approach to understanding and reshaping institutional power. These varied influences, displacement, philosophical exploration, mathematical precision, strategic gaming, and mimetic theory, were coalescing into a unique analytical framework. The question that would drive the next phase of his life was clear. How could these theoretical insights be transformed into practical tools for institutional change? The path from institutional conformity
Danilfin is a stock analytics platform powered by artificial intelligence. Unlike traditional stock picking tools,
to revolutionary change often begins with a moment of clarity. For Peter Thiel, that moment came in 1992, when his brief tenure at Sullivan and Cromwell revealed the stifling nature of corporate law's rigid hierarchies. Yet this wasn't merely a career pivot. It was the first step in a calculated transformation that would reshape the landscape of digital finance. After departing law, Thiel's journey led him to Credit Suisse, where he worked as a derivatives trader while moonlighting as a speechwriter for former United States Secretary of Education William Bennett. However, even Wall Street's frenetic energy couldn't contain his expanding vision. Therefore, in 1996, he returned to California, where the emerging dot-com boom offered fertile ground for systemic disruption. With financial backing from friends and family, Thiel raised $1 million to establish Thiel Capital Management. His first venture capital setback came quickly, a $100,000 investment in friend Luke Nosek's failed web-based calendar project. Yet this temporary defeat led to a fateful introduction when Nosek's friend Max Levchin presented his cryptography-related concept, which would eventually become their joint venture, Confinity, in 1998. Confinity's initial focus on handheld device security soon evolved into something far more ambitious. Thiel recognized a critical gap in the digital payments landscape. While credit cards and ATM networks were expanding, many merchants lacked the necessary hardware for card transactions to rely on cash or checks, creating an opportunity for revolutionary change. The company's transformation into PayPal represented more than a mere pivot. It embodied Thiel's vision of liberation through technology. His vision thus extended beyond mere convenience, targeting the very foundations of state-controlled currency. The merger with Elon Musk's X.com, well prior to the modern Twitter to X.com transition, in 2000, accelerated this transformation, followed by strategic combinations with companies like Pixo, which expanded PayPal's reach into mobile commerce. The company's February 2002 IPO culminated in a $1.5 billion acquisition by eBay later that year, with Thiel serving as CEO throughout. His 3.7% stake translated to $55 million, but the true value lay in the network of innovators that would emerge from this crucible. The PayPal Mafia, as this network came to be known, would go on to found or lead transformative companies including Tesla, SpaceX, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Thiel's role as the Don of this influential group positioned him perfectly for his next revolutionary move. In 2004, his prescient $500,000 investment in Facebook for a 10.2% stake would multiply into billions, establishing him as Silicon Valley's most visionary investor. As Thiel's influence grew through ventures like Founders Fund and Palantir Technologies, a larger pattern emerged, one where technological innovation served as a vehicle for deeper institutional change. The question now wasn't just about building successful companies, but about reshaping the very foundations of economic and political power. Now, in the disorienting aftermath of 9/11, as America grappled with questions of security and surveillance, Peter Thiel would conceive something more ambitious than mere technological innovation. He envisioned an alternative power structure that would operate in the spaces between government authority and private enterprise. Palantir Technologies, founded in 2003, emerged not just as a company, but as an instrument of institutional infiltration. Its name drawn from Tolkien's all-seeing stones, serving as an almost prophetic gesture toward its future reach. While Silicon Valley's established powers initially dismissed the venture, with Sequoia Capital's chairman Michael Moritz doodling through their pitch meeting. This rejection merely reinforced Thiel's conviction that true power lay in operating outside conventional channels. The CIA's venture arm, In-Q-Tel, proved more prescient, providing $2 million in early funding. Thiel, understanding the stakes, committed $30 million of his own capital, positioning Palantir at the intersection of state power and private enterprise. The company's evolution over 3 years of development revealed Thiel's deeper strategy. Rather than pursuing pure artificial intelligence, Palantir proposed intelligence augmentation, a methodology that would embed human analysts within vast data networks. This approach wasn't merely technical, it represented a new philosophy.
Now, let me tell you where that comes in with me.
Mm.
Let me tell you where that comes with me. Who do you think got the most data centers in the United States? What state do you think it is?
New York.
Virginia?
No, sir. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No,
Virginia?
ma'am.
California.
It's Virginia.
What?
We got 470 data centers here. Over 450, I know.
Damn.
Remember, Pentagon right up is probably like I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half. We got Quantico, we got all these Navy bases, and they making data centers right here in Richmond. And some of them big, some of them small, and you don't even know where the hell these places are. Matter of fact, they can make another one right downtown, blocking up traffic every day.
Wow.
We got a lot of data centers, Langley and Quantico. Yes.
Gotcha.
So what I'm saying, this is what I'm about to say, when they tell us stuff, ain't no goddamn way. Like I told you, they gonna tell you, oh, we looking for somebody with all this goddamn surveillance in there snooping. This shit ain't no way they missing nothing. That's a damn lie. These motherfucking universal snoops. So we got more cameras than anybody. You know what I mean? They got cameras everywhere. You ain't missing nothing. That's why I think these motherfuckers be lying. And then guess what? What else they got? The cell phone. Smart, boy. Smart.
There you go. There you go.
Philosophy of power, one that would ultimately blur the lines between corporate interests and state surveillance. Palantir's first major demonstrations of power came through the exposure of Chinese cyber espionage networks, GhostNet and Shadow Network in 2009 and 2010. These revelations, while positioned as security triumphs, also showcased Palantir's ability to operate as a quasi-state actor, conducting international intelligence operations outside traditional governmental frameworks. By 2014, with Thiel as the largest shareholder, Palantir had evolved into something unprecedented, a private entity with deep access to governmental data systems, its tentacles extending from counterterrorism to healthcare analytics. The COVID-19 pandemic further cemented this position, with Palantir's Tiberius system managing vaccine distribution, demonstrating how private power could become indispensable to public function. The company's 2020 public listing and subsequent inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2024 masked a more significant transformation, the emergence of what critics termed a shadow state, where Palantir's algorithms increasingly guided government decisions, from military operations to immigration and
So, when people tell me, oh, BJ, you think the AI is running the government, they just told you. Boy, ain't bad, ain't it? That's some fucked up shit, man. I said, wait a minute, man. Yeah, that's right. They got the satellites too with Starlink. That's right. They got satellites too. That's right, Doc Boss. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, he right about that.
This is the thing. They actually are really telling you now, hey, you think it's no, we got artificial intelligence. And what did they say provided a good opportunity, Dawson? You heard them just say the COVID-19 pandemic. That's what they just said.
Yes.
Oh my God. I said, because remember that they kept telling you on your phone, you in a hotspot area and all that. Remember that?
Yep.
See, Yeah. That's just, I said, they really, look here. I'm glad I got some smart people around me because I'm telling you, when you tell people this, they look at you like you crazy. I said, man, y'all said when I grew up, anything is possible. And now it's not. Come on, people.
That's true.
That's what
That
you
is
said.
true. They did tell us that.
Oh, my bad. Well, let me ask a question. Can I go? Is Jesus possible? Because I like the Jesus y'all got. Woo! Y'all said if y'all believe in Jesus, then y'all should believe in this. Actually, this might actually seem more believable. But I mean, you know, let the Christians have their way today. Hey, look. Besides, it's a small world after all. That's what they say back in the day. It's a small world after all, right? Well, guess what? I hate to say it, though. So a lot of people with small minds too.
That's right.
They didn't put that part in there though.
Enforcement. The company's support of Ukraine's military efforts and its expanding AI platforms further blurred the lines between corporate and state power. Today, Palantir stands as the cornerstone of what some observers describe as Thiel's counter-elite strategy, the creation of parallel power structures that operate alongside and increasingly supersede traditional institutional authorities. Through this lens, Palantir represents not just a successful company.
I have dealt with mental and emotional struggles for a very long time. I was also dealing with the fear of embracing negative emotions.
Company, but a new model of power projection, one where private entities possess capabilities once reserved for nation-states. Yet, Thiel's institutional influence extends far beyond Palantir's digital dominion into the realm of direct political power, most notably through his protege and soon-to-be Vice President J.D. Vance. Their relationship, which began when Vance attended a Thiel speech at Yale Law School in 2011, evolved from mentorship to a powerful alliance that would reshape American political dynamics. Thiel's guidance took Vance from aspiring lawyer to venture capitalist at Mithril Capital, and eventually to establishing his own firm, Naria Capital, with Thiel's backing. The transformation from business partnership to political powerhouse accelerated when Thiel orchestrated a crucial meeting between Vance and Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago in 2021. This strategic introduction, combined with Thiel's unprecedented $15 million support for Vance's Senate campaign, demonstrated how private wealth could be leveraged to create new political realities. Their shared investments in alternative platforms like Rumble further illustrated their vision of building parallel institutions to challenge established power structures. Now, with Vance's ascension to the vice presidency, Thiel's influence has achieved a new dimension of institutional authority. This mentor-protege relationship represents more than personal success. It embodies a sophisticated strategy of power projection, where private sector wealth, technological dominance, and direct political authority converge to form what some observers call a new kind of American power elite, operating simultaneously within and beyond traditional governmental structures. And yet, a connection with the incoming vice president is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Peter Thiel's growing power. In the evolving narrative of American political technological power,
That's what I always call Dawson. You know how y'all call it? A bad mamma jamma. Well, this boy is a bad shadow man. Because guess what? They always say true power does not have to be seen.
That's true.
So
basically, he didn't funded J.D. Vance to run for Congress and all this. Cause come on, y'all, where he popped up out the blue. I mean, everybody knew about Matt Gaetz or Josh Hawley. What about Josh Hawley? Thomas Massey, Rand Paul. We knew about them. Where he pop up? That's why I kept saying about J.D. Vance. Where he pop up from?
What is his wife?
Indian.
There you go. See, But
and then supposedly he told, I'm just going off Alex Jones. I don't know how it's true it is. He said supposedly they was all at events together, and JD Vance told him. It's funny, he talks to JD Vance a lot. Told him to that he was gonna get the vice presidency. So he already knew. Frank and Shaq are always right. We just keep getting played. They keep getting paid.
Hey, look.
You can't trust none of them, basically.
Yeah, well, I would say, I always go and say, hey, somebody, the person in the shadows, and guess what? And guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. It's showing him. Now watch this. Hey, look, Dawson. We all grew up watching The Wizard of Oz, didn't we?
Of course.
Well, hey, look.
The hidden hand, baby.
The wizard is the corporations, or like Dr. Lean was talking about today when he brought up Agent Smith. And you remember in the Matrix you couldn't kill Agent Smith?
Smith. No, you did, yeah.
Well, guess what? Could it be that Agent Smith is the corporation? Because remember, corporations go bankrupt.
Of course.
Corporations live in perpetuity. They don't really die because corporations are what? Artificial and people. What is he ruling with? Artificial intelligence. See?
Wow.
We got, so I mean that's how you get played sometimes. Hey, look, getting played.
Well, it makes sense. You can't sue the computer, AI.
Yeah. And that's why
I see the game.
What's going on in healthcare now? Guess what?
Yep.
They saying, you get your claim now through AI.
AI. Through AI. Yep. So they don't have no you can't sue the company, I guess because they gonna say it's AI mistake. So who is AI? Invisible person? Where you go? Boy, these people, they done played us. They done played us.
We got to come what I call what I call that thing? Just like what's that damn thing we used to watch, Frank, when we were young? Oh, Cyborg. That's like that Cyborg thing. Them Cyborg we used to watch as kids. They done got humans. Now look, all right, y'all. I'm Frank. Here we go. Some bullshit. Is the Starbucks boycott working? That's what they're saying.
They still on strike.
Now, stop. Well,
what is that?
They're not on strike, but they're losing money because they saying it got something to do with Israel. They also saying it's a big push about all these unions and stuff. People are online calling for boycott of Starbucks.
Oh wow!
Not having a Starbucks stock is experiencing a historic streak. Starbucks has never how its relations. They having problems with workers attempting to unionize. Many have walked their job on the annual Red Cup Day. In addition, it's found itself in the crosshairs of the Israel-Hamas war after a pro-Palestine the union that prompted calls for boycott on the right and on the left. Though analysts say it's hard to know the impact these calls are having on the actual business or its stock price. I don't think it's a protest driving this, said Sarah Senator, senior research camp at Bank of America. Go figure, they losing, they going under 2. But the timeline of foot traffic decline doesn't really line up with boycott, she said. Plus Starbucks, no trains to the conference. Now, let me tell you something personally myself. I haven't been to Starbucks in a long time. You remember that thing that happened to them brothers up there in Philadelphia that time when they released that thing on them in Philadelphia, in that restaurant up there in Philadelphia about them sitting in there?
Yeah, they won a lawsuit, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I ain't got to come in your goddamn Starbucks. As a matter of fact, who the cares? Hey, look, though, I'm gonna be honest. If I want to get some tea or coffee, I just go to any shop down the street. You know what? I ain't got to go to you. Now look, and I can ride, and I ride past 3 goddamn Starbucks. No, 2. No, 3. Yeah, 3 Starbucks to go 15 minutes there. I will go there before I come in your fucking Starbucks. The hell with you, right? Now,
Yes.
Starbucks, one on the left side of the street. Then they got a Starbucks inside the Kroger, and then they got Starbucks on Hall Street, probably about 5 minutes down the road. But it's all if you want to be act like it, I don't have to go to Starbucks. Now, unfortunately for the sister girls, they put in AJ Chet years ago. We don't have to come to your shop. I can go buy coffee from Starbucks. Go ahead then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Starbucks say, well, damn, these clowns, they would really come and they would boycott brothers business to come back to us. Right, we got some suckers made every day. That's what they say. Starbucks probably had to be laughing at this. You know, probably if they knew about this, they would laugh their ass off. I damn sure was. I know they laughing at it. They said, damn, over that? Wait a minute. The man ain't hit you nothing. He just said he ain't agree with the decision of Roe versus Wade. And y'all would come back to my business for that? Damn, Dawson, we got these fools. Damn, we're good.
Just like you said, they would still fall for that bird flu mess. You said it, BJ.
Oh, they gonna fall. Oh man, they gonna love that. Oh my goodness. Then I say, well, like I told the guy, hey, I ain't gotta eat no chicken. Hey, look, so it don't matter, you know. Now, while they were talking about the bird flu, Dawson, unfortunately, there's been another problem here. You know about this one. You haven't heard about it. I'm gonna show it to you. Here you go. If you think the bird, see Frank, he was on the target, brother. He was on the target. I'm gonna help you out. There you go. I'm gonna show it to you. There go good article. Government seizes millions of pounds of food amid global crisis. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Trying to. Now, one thing I'm gonna say, Dawson, there's been disease, famine, but one thing you cannot live with is food. You got to have food to live. Anybody,
right?
They would call me food and water. This is why I told you, my mama told me, 95% of your problems is et cetera, et cetera. Have something to do with food and water, or you might be in trouble. Right? You might be in a little trouble here. But in alarming turn of events, the U.S. government, major food corporations are reportedly recalling and confiscating vast quantities of food, allegedly storing them away in underground facilities. What the? Now, Dawson, what they talking about underground bunkers and stuff? Didn't they talk about that? I remember they talking about that. Damn, who got this food, man? This secretive movement of food supplies has sparked widespread panic and concern. Persistently, scarcity of essential items becomes increasingly apparent on store shelves. The actions taken by the authorities shockwaves throughout the population, with experts issuing urgent warnings about impending shortages and potential social unrest. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If this happens, you're gonna have some social unrest because people are gonna fight for food if it comes down to it. Okay, so you know that. Now, here you go. Mike Adams and Steve Quall joined to discuss these shopping. The U.S. government, under the National Defense Authorization Act, has gone to food companies and taking control of their supplies. They're literally moving all the food to secret underground facilities, often through a covert logistic network known as the Secret Highway. Over 100 pounds of food, 100 million pounds of food, has already been transferred, with more expected to follow. So for your chocolate recalls and things like that, and I was talking about earlier, that's pretty much the reason why. And under the National Defense Authorization Act, and that was passed under Barack Obama in, I think it was 2012, something like that. But see, there's a lot of things in the National Defense Authorization Act. So, but this is one of them. In a crisis, the government can take away food. They can take away anything. They kind of, so that's what I'm saying.
That's why I just said that's when California declared that state of emergency because bird flu, they can go there and shut down them farms, man.
That's
Chicken farm, cattle farm, anything. Herb farm, it don't matter.
And under what, Frank, did I tell you they doing under Oh, I remember I told you they doing all under. And matter of fact, when I played that video of Peter Thiel, they said after 9/11. So after 9/11, after that word 9/11, that's when they've been able to run all these gamuts, tricks, bullcrap. And that's why when they started this thing years ago, and it's going on today, this public-private partnership. That's one of the biggest scams you can do because you're using supposed to be public services to fund private corporations. They all working hand in hand. That's actually fascism.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
And if you privatize this stuff, you also can control who get it and who don't. And now, I'm not a fan of Winfrey, but they did have one thing on, and it was a good. I mean, I hate to tell Oprah, you know what? Dead clock right twice a day. There was a thing on that. It was called The Have and the Have-Nots. They actually had a show called it. So they kind of let you know, hey, look, if we want it, now, all I ever asked Dawson about this thing, I said that people got small minds because, I just, like I said, I know y'all wanted to see Beyonce down there and everything. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. But Beyonce, you got 3 years and 60 million with Netflix. Can you get them people food back for me? I mean, the people losing a lot of food.
Please.
Need some help. Just give people some help, Beyonce. I mean, I don't want no coat drive. You know what? Now forget a coat drive. They had a coat drive out here last week, Dawson, and they're like 30 degrees or 40 degrees there, DJ out and everything. But I'm like, y'all giving away coat drives. Now I ain't saying this food drive thing, but I'm just saying people need to be honest with themselves. Where the hell did all the food go? Right? Where's it going? Who's got it? And what you can do to get it back? And by the fact that people just saying, hey, look,
Mike check.
What's up, man?
Mike.
You there?
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, we hear you, Chak.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How you feel about the government taking this food away and stuffing it in underground facilities?
They need to be taken to the desert and shot in the head, back of the head.
I agree with you, man, on that.
For sure. Treason.
You're right, it is treason, brother. I just say it is. It's very bad that they would do that. But Dawson, I'm gonna fog in the UK if they let me play it. You know how they. There we go. I found it, Dawson. Oh, that's too long. Okay, that's 100 hours, 18 minutes, but it's okay. Here we go.
Is you supposed to be playing something or?
Oh, it's not showing? Damn. Damn. Okay.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, shoot. Damn. That was kind of interesting. Okay, I got you. Let me just toggle back in. Hold on. Let me go back in. They should have been playing this.
From Leeds, Bradford to Dublin, slowly but surely, we started to realise that the likelihood of us getting to Dublin is becoming less and less, and it started to become a lot more real that we may not get on this trip that we've looked forward to for quite a while. And in the end, it ended with disappointment.
And as planes land on Gatwick's runway, passengers were warned to expect disruption. The airport has had to put in temporary air traffic restrictions due to the poor visibility. Yesterday, flights were delayed by up to 3 hours for this reason, and a spokesperson for the airport says those types of delays could continue. And as some pilots were given the go-ahead to taxi, the UK's main air traffic control provider said, restrictions of this sort are only ever applied to maintain safety. We continue to monitor the situation and have a Met Office expert embedded within our operation to ensure we have the latest available information. As passengers arrive at Gatwick's bag drop, others are being urged to check with their airline about the status of their flight.
If your flight is cancelled for any reason whatsoever, the airline is responsible for ensuring that you are flown to your destination as soon as possible. And if that means the airline has to buy you a ticket on a rival airline, so be it. If there's a disruption such as fog, well, I'm afraid you're not going to get compensation on top of that because it is manifestly not the airline's fault.
With planes in the wrong places, there could be further disruption. Not the start to the Christmas getaway these flyers would have wanted. Holiday plans and flight timetables up in the air. Amelia Harper, Sky News.
Yes, pretty bad, isn't it? I mean, it's pretty bad. But that fog has been like that here too. So, I mean, yeah. What do you think about that? Frank, Dawson, anybody? Doesn't matter.
Same old, BJ. These people, they don't let up. I see that.
Yeah, they do not let up. And that's... No, wait a minute. I know they ain't talking about something. No, wait a minute. Hold on there. I know something else ain't happened in the New York subway. Oh, my God. Here we go again.
I told
Buy
you,
a
not
home
tell
with
you.
a zero closing cost mortgage from Cap Center and save thousands.
I told you that they
And other
running
headlines
these
for us
down the
tonight. We
subway.
continue to follow breaking
Shut
news.
up.
We first brought you streaming on CBS News New York. A person of interest is in custody and being questioned by police after allegedly shoving a man onto the subway tracks in Chelsea, and the whole thing was caught on camera. Derek Waller is live at the scene for us with a chilling video that we should warn our audience is hard to watch. Derek?
Yeah, very hard to watch. We're standing here inside the 18th Street one train station. I can tell you that police sources tell us that a 23-year-old Brooklyn man is in custody, being questioned at the Transit Police Station at Columbus Circle after this push earlier today. This is where it happened, right in front of the turnstiles here on the uptown side. And I'll tell you that these cameras actually caught this. That's how police were able to catch this guy so quickly. A warning, though, this video is incredibly disturbing.
It was pretty horrible.
Disturbing video obtained by CBS News New York shows the victim pushed in front of that oncoming one train. You see the man in the black jacket, jeans, mask, and hood pacing. His victim there in the tan jacket, looking down at his phone. A woman who says she witnessed the push spoke to us off camera.
Right at the last second, right in front of the train. Just shoved right in front of the train.
Video shows detectives on the platform. The train was thankfully slowing down as it pulled into the station around 1:30. The 45-year-old male victim is alive, but sustained a skull fracture, police say, from hitting his head on the tracks. A 23-year-old Brooklyn man is now being questioned. Still, riders are on alert.
I feel safe. I am not afraid because I'm aware. I'm not on my phone like headphones, none of that.
You try to keep about your own business, don't look people in the eye, traditional New York stuff, you know?
And police believe this was a totally random attack. They do not believe that the victim had any contact with his attacker before this push. I can tell you at last check, the 45-year-old victim is in critical but stable condition at Bellevue. Reporting live here in Chelsea, Derek Waller, CBS News, New York.
Video is truly hard to watch and shocking and horrifying. Derek Waller, thank you. And other headlines.
Now, this was in California where they say a man got a standoff or shooting at Target or something.
At 5, tense moments during a SWAT standoff in the Westlake district. A man arrested in connection with the shooting of 2 security guards outside a Target store. Welcome everyone to the Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock. Simulcast on our sister station Fox 11 Plus. I'm Marla Tejas, here for Alex Michelson.
And I'm Christine Devine. We have this update for you. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf live with breaking details on the end of a standoff and the earlier mall shooting from last night. Matthew.
Yeah, Christine, Marla, pretty dramatic moments. We heard at least 3, maybe even 4 pops. We're now learning that that was tear gas, and then police arrested that suspect believed to be responsible for last night's shooting at the nearby Target Mall location. Right now, you can see police have their SWAT crews packing up from outside this apartment. Just an intense day for everyone in this area. An intense SWAT standoff in downtown LA. Police sources tell Fox 11 the man responsible for Monday night's double shooting at the Figuette 7th Mall Target store is barricaded here.
We have constant communication with the individual or have no communication with the individual. This is basically a tip that we received from the community.
LAPD's SWAT team surrounding this building near Ingraham and Lucas, what neighbors describe as a low-income housing apartment. You recognize this person?
Okay, what they got to do with anything
else? To be honest with you, nah, he don't be over here. Surveillance photos show the alleged shooter inside the Target Monday night.
This is what we fear when we have shoplifters, is this deadly confrontations where somebody pulls a gun.
Authorities say he tried stuffing a suitcase with about $1,500 worth of merchandise and walking out, but was confronted by security, then started shooting.
Suspect fired at least 5 rounds. You know, he could have shot multiple people in that mall. So this particular individual has demonstrated just a wanton disregard for human life.
We were right here by the door. That's how close we were. Thank you, Jesus.
In a mall full of people around 9 p.m., 2 security guards were shot and rushed to the hospital. One has since been released. The other remains in critical condition.
You got to bring a gun to steal like that? There were crowded peoples? I mean, that was stupid.
Shoppers now reacting to what happened.
People should be thinking about going into a new year with, positivity. And that's just, you don't have to harm people.
The Target store is still closed as police nearby surround the alleged shooter. So again, authorities made that arrest about 20 minutes ago. They say that it's the same person arrested that you see in those surveillance images, and right now it's unknown if he has any criminal background. Reporting live downtown tonight, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
Well, what's really going on, man? Running the psyops going on, but yet you couldn't. It took y'all a whole week to catch Luigi, though. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, they running these plays, man. You notice more and more towards the what's the name? Towards inauguration.
All right. Yeah. Speaking of that, all right. Let me bring something up. Because a lot of people were bringing up Jimmy Carter the other day. I knew it. It is whatever with me. But as you know, they're going to have a national day of mourning. Federal agencies are going to be shut down on the 9th. The New York Stock Exchange closed at 2 o'clock for the national day of mourning for President Jimmy Carter. Died, they say died at 100, but was in hospital for 2 years. Right. Okay. Right. Now, let's see. Jimmy Carter was interesting. They claimed he was anti-Semitic. I find that bullshit, but nevertheless, Jimmy Carter had an agenda called Global Agenda 2000. And not only that, Jimmy Carter was also part of the Rockefeller's Trilateral Commission. People forget those things. So people sometimes don't, go behind that, but he was the 39th president of the United States. So, just want to point that out there.
Jimmy Carter? Oh, yeah, he full of it.
Hey, I mean, it's all right. But
that's a good point, Pioneer. That's
but they now
Pioneers too much.
But they did call it the Trilateral Commission. So but that is Jimmy Carter. So it is what it is, but I just was putting that out there. But yeah, they will shut down federal agencies on January 9th to commemorate him. So just want to put that out there. And he's from Georgia. And he was the 39th president, and I think his birthday was his death date was announced 39 days after Biden's birthday. So this all find that kind of interesting, right? Now, let's see. One more for the road. Watch this one. Chak, you out there?
Yeah, I'm out here. What's up? What's good with it?
All right, you stay right there. Because I'm on. Here you go.
The only way to fight stigma and shame is to shine light on it.
Ask your healthcare provider if Biktarvy is right for you, and visit Biktarvy.com to view the important facts, including important warnings.
Last week, the U.S. reported its first severe case of bird flu found in a patient in Louisiana. For more, we're joined by Dr. Lena Wynn.
Yeah, how you know?
Baltimore Health Commissioner, Dr. Lena Wynn, it's great to have you with us. So, bird flu. Is this report out of Louisiana worrisome? And if so, why?
Well, it's one more sign that the drumbeat of bird flu coming closer to humans is becoming a major threat. So we've already seen this year that there have been a number of mammalian species close to humans that now have bird flu outbreaks. We have outbreaks in poultry in all 50 states. 16 states have outbreaks in cattle. In California, in the last 30 days, there have been more than 300 herds that tested positive. And now we have 66 cases of bird flu in humans. And this is almost certainly a significant undercount because we have not been doing nearly enough testing. So we really don't know the extent of bird flu that's out there in humans. But this particular case, it's someone who is severely ill. But not only that, researchers have isolated the virus in this individual who is sick in Louisiana. And they found that this particular strain of the virus appears to have acquired mutations that make it more likely to bind to airway receptors. Bird flu has been around for a long time.
About 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. But it hasn't been a major issue in humans because while it spreads among birds, it hasn't really spread among mammals. But now there is this mutation. And there's another concern now major too, which is that we're in flu season. And it's possible that a single person could have bird flu and seasonal flu at the same time.
Something called reassortment.
That's right.
Where things change because of one illness becoming another illness through reassortment of a mutated virus.
That's right. And so the viruses could exchange genes. You could develop a new hybrid virus. And if you now have a virus that's more contagious and causes more severe disease, that's when it becomes a major threat to humankind.
What should be happening in the Biden administration right now that isn't going on?
Yeah, there are two main things that they should be doing in the days that they have left. The first is to get testing out there. I feel like we should have learned our lesson from COVID that just because we aren't testing, it doesn't mean that the virus isn't there. It just means that we aren't looking for it. We should be having rapid tests, home tests available to all farm workers, to their families, for the clinicians taking care of them so that we aren't waiting for public labs and CDC labs to tell us what's bird flu or not. And the second very important thing is this is not like the beginning of COVID where we were dealing with a new virus, we didn't have a vaccine. There actually is a vaccine developed already against H5N1. The Biden administration has contracted with manufacturers to make almost 5 million doses of the vaccine. However, they have not asked the FDA to authorize the vaccine. There's research done on it. They could get this authorized now and also get the vaccine out and to farm workers and to vulnerable people. I think that's the right approach because we don't know what the Trump administration is going to be doing around bird flu. If they have people coming in with anti-vaccine stances, could they hold up vaccine authorization? If they don't want to know how much bird flu is out there, could they withhold testing? I mean, that's a possibility. And I think the Biden administration in the remaining days should get testing and vaccines widely available so that at least it empowers state and local health officials and clinicians to do the right thing for their patients.
Dr. Wen, is bird flu in humans super dangerous?
Well, the World Health Organization estimates that in prior outbreaks of the bird flu, that the mortality rate is 52%. 52%. However, in this most recent outbreak, it seems that most cases have been mild, and maybe some people even have asymptomatic infection. But the question is, we don't know what happens when bird flu affects more vulnerable individuals. People infected so far in the US have been mainly farm workers who are working, presumably generally healthy, as opposed to what happens when you get to children, to pregnant women, to older individuals with chronic illnesses. We don't know how deadly, how dangerous bird flu is going to be for those individuals. And again, that's one more reason why we don't want it to spread and acquire more mutations.
30 seconds. Norovirus is what you call it. Stomach bug is what I would call it. Numbers are surging. It's the holidays. What should people do to protect themselves?
Wash your hands really well, especially if you're going to buffets. Wash your hands if you're touching commonly touched surfaces before you touch your mouth, before you touch your nose. Norovirus is the most common foodborne illness here in the US. It's very hard to avoid once it's in your family. And also don't prepare food if you're having vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps, because you don't want to spread it to other people.
Dr. Leana Wen, thank you so much for your expertise. We really appreciate it.
Damn. Crazy stuff, man. Oh damn! I didn't know you was on.
Yeah, it kicked me off. I'm back on now. It kicked me off.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
It's okay. Now I wanted to touch on what she said, talking about norovirus and wash your hand, because you're right. A lot of people is having. I know my sister got sick. Now she having a stomach issue with diarrhea, throwing up. And she's, what is this wind lady is talking about? Wash your hands if you go to, ain't this the same lady? This lady here, man. See, these foreigners among us, man. These foreigners among us. Now, remember, she was the one that said she wasn't going to get her kids jab because they wasn't of age to get the jab.
Mm-hmm.
But she was out here promoting everybody else to get the jab. Then they got on there asking her, did she get it? She's saying she's still waiting for more data and research, but was telling everybody else to get it. Y'all got these same people out here running the same play. Except for Dr. Fraud, Fauci, we don't know where he is, but you
No,
got
he
the little
been
mini-me.
on. He been on.
Are
He
you
been on, but he
serious?
been on like, yeah, he out there. I think I saw something
How
talking
is
about it
this
the other
man
day.
still free? Well, I know he got charges
You're
up
right.
against him through the state. I know he do have charges up against him through the state. A lot of the state attorney generals, also where I'm in Texas. So I get that, but these people are in the same. See, let me tell you how we getting played. I'm in a medical field. I can say it.
Go ahead.
Is anybody an immunologist? I don't see the immunologists on there. Or if you don't want to use that word, let me make it simple. Infectious disease, because it can be used interchangeable. Where's the infectious disease doctor or immunologist? Where's the microbiologist? Do you see them out there speaking? Because they don't want to study the virus and tell you what's susceptible to it, what you can treat it with. That's what we have to do when we would draw, like getting samples, stool samples, sputum samples, blood cultures. They go right to the microbiology lab. It'll tell you what you have and what they can give you to treat it. Why they not speaking out? It's supposed to be a whole team of
Been told
So when they got just these little doctors out here, no, that's bullshit. That's not how it works. It's a team approach.
Yep.
You ain't talk to the GI doctors, the gastrointestinal doctors telling you what to do. Why they not out here speaking about it with the norovirus and how it affects the GI system? Man,
Well, let me put this up right quick, because you gotta remember they've been trying to do this for a while. Now this year they're gonna do it, and they've been talking about, like, she talking about tracing, tracking, right? And all this other stuff, right? Now don't forget, this is the year.
Contact tracing.
Yeah, she talked about all that asymptomatic, that bull crap
They
again.
starting that shit again.
Now, because they say a lot of people here in Virginia are sick with the norovirus, which ain't nothing but a stomach bug. People, come on, people.
Right.
And really, tell you, the norovirus was supposed to be on ships, but here we go. Don't forget.
Yeah, because that. Remember, they was spraying. That's what they was spraying the people on the cruise ships with. Remember that time they was all getting sick with stomach viruses? They couldn't get off the cruise ship. Same old play.
You're right. Now watch this. Here we go right here. But this year they got something for you. And you to travel after June. I'm talking about this real ID. And that they already got it in California. Real ID was supposed to go in effect on May 11th, 2008. But now they talking about you gotta have this real ID, the thing with the star, to be flying stuff like that would take effect. So now I'm just saying, like, this is like a national ID thing. Really think about it in the context. That's if you really use a Hegelian dialect, that's why they've been letting all these immigrants in here to get this national ID. Because they go, why the hell are you telling me to get a real ID? You say these girls with no ID. There's some guy. I got to be some type of fool, man. I got to believe this shit, right? I say, you ain't been. These people is really hatching a lot of plans on us, but it's okay. They've been stalling for a while, but just people need to be aware. Puerto Rico is in blackout. Just letting you know, there's blackout in Puerto Rico. They say maybe a blackout. So just pay attention to that. Florida, a couple of days ago, banned children from under 14 from social media.
Oh, they okay. Okay.
So, and of course you got, tomorrow, well, a couple hours actually, they will say January 1st, 2025. Everybody, I just want people to know this. Go look up your laws in your state, because new laws happen on the 1st and around July 1st. You always know that. Just remember that, people.
That is true, BJ. That is so true.
So you better watch out.
September 1 well, I know here, September 1 or January 1.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's right. Which I just want people to know that, because you don't know. Also, one more thing, FDA recalls hairspray ban in 12 states over solvent issues. So, I mean, what's this about? I'm like, yeah, it's so I'm not just saying people just need to really pay attention to what's going on, because like I said, if you thought 2024 was a doozy, oh man, they about to hey look, they come with the bird flu, norovirus. They tell you that they say you can catch the bird flu and the flu at the same time. I said, damn, what the hell is that?
Shit, we thinking 2025 gonna be better, man. They done already started out. Boy, it ain't even New Year's Day and they done started with the bull crap. They couldn't wait to January 20th, huh?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make good question. This is kind of funny. I ask a question, though. Do you think you ever heard it, they say the ball's gonna drop?
Yes.
Well, the ball already dropped on some of these people a long time ago. Hey, look, we just been playing dodgeball for a little bit.
Right.
These motherfuckers got hit with bowling pins. They striking them out. My condolences to the brother. My condolences to the brother that's a promoter today from Richmond that they say died suddenly. Another one.
Damn. A death around here.
Well, yeah. I mean, I done told you about 4 or 5 of them that kicked the bucket last 4 or 5 months. I know. So.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
But I just want to say this, that people better had a head on a swivel. And I'm not talking about from just this, because I'm getting the feeling that this zombie apocalypse that I already told you was going on, I think this thing might get a little bit more hectic. I can see people really nutting up, and I'm not even talking about just on the political side. I'm talking about nutting up because of, like I told you, with the food thing, that's first part. I told you, when food is scarce, people do wild shit. That's just gonna happen. All right.
That's right.
We got people mad about everything. And I'm gonna say this. You will be fine. But unfortunately, like what's that girl name? Eve, let me blow your mind.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, with the sister girls. I wouldn't want to be caught up. Sorry. I hate to say like Eve like to help, right? Like you said, right? Right. I would not want to be caught up around these people if some real shit go down. Because remember, you don't got nowhere to run, and unfortunately, nowhere to hide. Because, hey, look, remember, y'all called a lot of the brothers lame. I don't want to deal. I want me a white boy. That's what you told me. That's what they say, Oh, they're so much better. Hey, look, I got some trophies in here I got a trophy here, physical education. Some of y'all looked up as trophies too. Unfortunately. So don't always think the grass is green on the other side, and don't always think that, because you think, as Miss Dawson says, hey, look, sometimes you think that you are highest up, but sometimes you are totally America's, not two of America's most wanted. But you could be two of America's unmost wanted.
That's right.
Because the behavior I've been seeing lately, it's just been crazy. And I know it's the end of the year, they saying all that for people who believe it. But guess what? And guess what? I hate to say this. Glorilla and Sexy Red ain't coming to save you. They not coming to save them, Dawson. You know they not coming.
They don't want to be saved. J. Cole told you.
They do not want to be saved. Pioneer says since like things end up being oh shit, dog. This is a bad word right here. He said this. He said since they thought we better with a white dude, ended up with her head on the wall right behind a deer's head and a moose's head. Go!
What? Zaddy Chronicles continue, huh?
Hey, you remember when COVID was going on, they had that guy, that football player for the Seattle Seahawks that beat that sister. You remember that? And matter of fact, that's about 4 or 5 years ago. You heard anything else about it? No.
Nope.
They said shut that shit up. Don't you talk about that, boy. Matter of fact, come to think about it, boy, my hometown ain't saying about Russell Wilson. You ain't say nothing about it neither. Don't you ain't say nothing. Y'all just let the boy walk on the team.
Yeah, that went away. Yep, real quick too.
They said
you right about that.
Shut up. Shh. Don't talk about it.
Quiet. Yep.
Now, I mean, you know what? That's the only thing I would say. Yeah, we do got brothers do wild shit. I know quite a few, been around some, but yada yada. But I know I'm not crazy that brothers are not the only ones beating up on women now. I mean, it's crazy to me. You know? I mean, hey, look. But then again, these sisters that out here perpetrating acting like brothers beating them. I actually tell you too, you got a lot of brothers that say you like too. So stop this nonsense.
That's true. That's true. I know a lot of helped me a lot, so I never open my mouth to say nothing like that about a brother at all.
So stop going. Hopefully, stop going on these social media type. Even though some of y'all is paid influencers, by the way. And matter of fact, I don't because when I went and looked at y'all profile, I said, "Oh, people stage actors. Okay, that's fine. Be You can't fall for that little social influencer media woman talking that nonsense. Kind of like that one that said, "Oh, you was in my DMs."
I saw that.
Boy, I said, "Look, all I want to know, I should ask for the guy. Shorty, what's your price?" That's what I need to ask, because you saying he tried to fly you. I'm either getting the impression he did or you mad. One or the other. Because when I looked at the handle, I saw somebody in a bikini top. Looked like a stripper outfit to me. So it's okay, but don't let, like I said.
That's a straight hater move, man. You know what I said? It's a straight hater move.
It is.
Huh? Straight hater.
Yeah, she, baby, you didn't get chose. You were just something to have fun with. Yeah, you embarrassed your own self like that. Hey, boy, these stats, I don't know. This star coach, I don't know.
Pimp C say we trying to get chose.
And what they say, don't do it. Shoot.
Yep, don't do it. Reconsider. And obviously
reconsider. Shit.
Obviously that guy, he must have reconsidered on her, obviously.
Yep.
But you know something? I'm gonna say this before I go. She didn't show us the DM messages. So how the hell I know she even telling the truth? Nothing. Show me the damn messages, woman. Let me see it. Let me see the messages.
That's true.
I don't believe it. But
why? I'm like Shaq, just straight hater. Why you couldn't just congratulate anyway?
Now you're right, Pioneer. We do need to learn how to love each other like we did in the 7. Learn how to love each other again. We need to.
He right, Pioneer right.
We need to learn how to fall in love with each other once again. Now here's the thing. You're right, but here's the issue. They have put such a wedge, right? And all you got to do is go back to the Moynihan report that was after the Great Society Act. They had the Moynihan report, and they said this would happen. Notice these reports these old reports always go back, and it come almost just exactly like they planned it. So these are really called social scientists and people that just sit there and say, this is how we're going to fragment people. And we know that, hey, we can make you poor and desolate, but we can always take somebody poor and desolate and give them money to put what we want them to do. Spread this destructive.
There you go.
And that's
You
what they
got it.
for a long time. And they can
You
keep
got it.
doing it because when it comes to design and the script, guess what? Hey, look, you just want the money, right? But they always say, and then you go in the biblical verse you want to, hey, look, is it good for old man to gain the world and sell his soul? That's what they told me. You can have all of this. I don't know why y'all don't read these. Well, people don't read these biblical allegories. Some do. A lot don't. And that's why they tell you, Dawson, I went to church for 100 years and I don't know 5 verses. Sorry. It's bad timing, but yeah, they'll live.
Yeah, that's becoming common.
But I can read more than that. As a matter of fact, like I always tell your so-called Christian buddies, I'm gonna do it with the book that you're supposed to be reading. I don't have to get to argue with you. I'm gonna pull your book out and let's have a little talk about it. Do you mind? And then they say, no, I don't have mine with me. Let's talk about it.
Got my turban on, nigga.
I see.
Huh?
I'm looking. I see that. I like
I'm
it. That's nice.
Huh?
You repping.
Chak repping. I like it.
Shyamalan. Shalom. Huh? Shalom.
Yes.
This the guy right here I was telling you about that was singing the national anthem. Matter of fact, what's this guy name? He right here from Richmond, Virginia. I'm gonna show it to you. Yeah, this him. Hey, look, like I told you, I said, hey, look, I was like, yo, I said, I know this guy. I couldn't remember who he was. And look at Rayvon Owen. Don't you see him? Oh, ain't that nice?
What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Is this supposed to be the mayor? Wait a minute. Who is this?
No, this ain't the mayor. This is the guy that was singing the national anthem the other night at the game.
Bussy Fire Chronicles continue.
Yeah, this is him, Rayvon Owen. Let me pull it up, Dawson. You think I'm joking? Here we go. There he is, Rayvon Owen. He was born in Richmond, Virginia. Graduated from Henrico High School. I told you about. That's where the babies was in the nursery, messed up, whatever. And he graduated Henrico in Belmont University as singer and vocal coach. That's him. And let's go down. And let's see what I got here. He was on American Idol, Long Train Running. Oh, he been on some songs too, obviously. And on February 14, 2016, he premiered a music video called Can't Fight It at the end, which he kisses a man. That same day, Owen's interview with Billboard was published, in which he came out as gay. One day later, Shane Bitney Crone, and this is Shane. This is his lover or partner.
What?
Love is louder. He was born in Montana. He moved to Los Angeles. And I was like, yo. And I was like, Wes, that's the guy with nails on. And I said, damn, this guy right
Wow.
here from the hometown. I said, look,
Mm-hmm.
man, I just do. I had to tell a guy,
Look
man,
at
I
this.
just know what the hell has going on. And my mama told me,
I guess y'all can't win for losing where you at. With these people.
hey, look, when
No.
I see you in the national,
Somebody heard barbecue. Somebody got the grill going.
That you
Huh?
know that's New Year's Eve. They getting ready.
Right.
Ooh, they
You
loud too,
know?
shit.
What was they loud? I'm surprised them over across the hallway they normally be bumping. Speaker.
you right, Pioneer. 2 years ago, them cats
Meache.
mentally,
Huh?
they cat straight mentally. Just turn the brother gay. Ain't got to worry about him no more. Yep, you right.
You heard that music?
Yep, I hear it. Oh, dang, you gonna mute him? But he right.
I think his phone froze.
Oh, okay. Well, they might
It
have.
froze, yeah. Oh, he probably.
But I'm gonna close out. But Dawson, you
Yeah.
got anything on your that plate for thee? But just in general, you want to just say that could be worthwhile.
Well, kind of like you said, keep your head on a swivel. They attacking us left and right. Get ready for the setups, all these fake rides, all these fake protests. Because they already said when they start deporting these illegals up out of here, they they probably gonna set up somewhere they out there protesting and maybe a Democrat spray 'em, and then they gonna blame it on the MAGA crowd. So
Oh,
just be aware of
they
that.
are partying it up. Y'all
They
can hear that
getting
music?
ready.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, Frank.
Are they
Right.
partying? Are they doing it? Are they the merengue out there? Merengue.
They about to get it started.
Man, they're gonna be partying all night till nobody gonna complain. But
Boy.
Oh my gosh, who you
Ain't
telling all night?
nobody gonna say shit. Ain't nobody gonna say shit.
All right.
Exactly. So yeah, man. So we gotta
Go ahead, Frank.
No, you good.
stay vigilant, stay watchful, man, and just keep our eyes on the prize, man. You know what I'm saying? And just stay serious about the topic at hand, man. They're really literally playing with our minds and playing literally mind games and psychological operations on us. So we gotta try to prevent. You see what I'm saying? Be there to prevent. You know what I'm saying? And just try to teach the young ones. That's what it's really all about, man. Is the future, man. Is the youth, man. And make sure that they see through the BS. You know what I mean? Because it's all smoke, literally smoke screens. You play that video with a dude from the CIA was saying these are psychological operations. These are just staged events, literally. So man, yeah, you can catch me at XX Frank Nitty XX, also on Frank Jones A115 on Instagram. Yeah, holla at me, man. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, Yep. Oh yeah, salute.
Oh, okay. Chak, I don't know you still around. I know they got a lot of noise around you, but I do know that here's a Chak Wild on Instagram, and Shakir Edwards on Facebook, and he talks about chemical annihilation, which actually is the best topic to talk about right now as well. Like I've been bringing up about the health and the chemicals. I would say this, please, this year, if you do not need, I'm just saying, if you do not need BS, don't guy. Look, I know people talking about, I tell you, a woman told me this something the other day talking about, oh yeah, my man doesn't, he only bought me, if he only could buy me 2 gifts, I told him he got to work more overtime. I deserve more than 2 gifts. I've been cooking all year. Anybody got time for that shit? Make it the hell out of the crap. Fuck out of here. Like, yo, please. Like, I'm just saying. Then I had a friend of mine, he called me. I had taught this guy in a while. Yeah, he said that he said he was out working. He worked like in Hampton or something. And he just come up and say some funny stuff to me, man. He joking and stuff. He said, man, BJ, man, we just there talking. And he said, a girl told him her husband bought himself a Jag, right? And he got her riding in a Chevrolet. I'm like, is this his wife? Is this his wife? He said, yeah. I said, wait a minute, bro. Hold it, bro. I said, now, I can't even see if it's a girlfriend. But you're the wife, you gonna probably jag the damn Jag anyway. This is stupid. I said, this is fucking crazy. I said, she driving, right? She got a car, right? He's like, yeah. I said, what's the damn issue? I mean, what's the issue? Oh, because he should have bought me a Jag too.
But that's his money. That's his money. She can work and make her own money by her own self. Anyway.
They
See what I'm
got us
saying?
so on this materialistic bullshit. Now check this out.
Correct. That's a part of that secret covenant stuff too. I saw that video.
Yep, that's right. But we just gotta be aware, right? And we gotta know that do not let them get you on this materialism, because one thing about it, well, I mean, hey, look, I don't know, Pioneer. I can't answer that question because people do be buying stuff that they don't really, First of all, he can afford a Jaguar. Why the fuck is his wife working? But I can't answer that question. Your first ride in to buy a fancy damn car is take care of family. Look here, let me tell you something. Pioneer, they got us, man. Look, I just being honest, they got us all the way around. Back then we was happy just having a regular car and getting to work. I'm happy with the Escape in the Ultima. Okay, fine, right? You just happy, fine, whatever, right? But what I'm saying, they want to get you in a Mercedes, a sports car, and all this. Now check this out. I'm gonna be dead on with you. Common sense should tell you when you get these fancy cars like that, you can't. I mean, you can. Don't get me wrong. People do it all the time. We got people here to do it. But a lot of times when you go back home, you go back to the hood, people do get upset at that. So that's a fact. So that's why I said, because it seems like you're trying to front on people. Some people do that. And that's how people get jacked up. And that's how people get set up as well. So,
hey, did you play that? Oh, my bad. Did you play that Black Rock clip with the street banks and the profiting? Did you?
Nah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it next time because I got it. Yeah, but Black Rock and how they profit off all this stuff. Israel, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Your wife, he is talking shit. He said your wife, you riding around there, your wife is a cashier at Home Depot, is a Mexican dude pinching her ass doing lunch breaks. Wow, that's funny. But I will say this, but let's be honest. I'm gonna say the same thing about the guy. Ain't no shame in what I'm about to say. Look, I'm gonna be dead on with you. I don't know the guy who you talking about, whatever. I don't need to know him. One thing about it, I don't care if you're driving a Jag, a Pinto, whatever. The one thing that to appreciate when you ride off the lot is a car. As soon as you drive off the damn lot, the value depreciates right away. Driving off the lot, value depreciates anyway. So I guarantee you, I don't give a damn. You spend shit. What?
It don't matter anyway. Half of them can't keep up the note, let alone the insurance on them luxury cars. So they get it repoed anyway.
You're right. And I have seen a situation before, believe it or not. One time, a long time ago, with a guy.
Yeah, I think luxury trucks and pickup trucks, luxury vehicles and pickup trucks are number one for repossessions. Look it up.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something I saw that happened, Dawson. This is the funniest shit I ever seen. They didn't come to repossess the car. They came to repossess the rims.
Oh yeah, they do that down here in Texas all the time. There ain't nothing new.
I said, wait a minute, man. So you got a car where you paying a note on, and they got you repossessing the rims too? I said, wait a minute. I said, why you put the rims on there? He was like, this is like when I was like 25, 27, something right there. He said, man, I got the rims to attract the girls. Yeah, I know. Did it really work? Because you get repoed.
The wrong attention.
I don't think the women gonna get their car out their repo back. And you know one thing about it, you don't get that car in the repo back. Ask anybody you know. You get that car repo, and you don't get it in 10 days or whatever days you got to get it. Oh, and guess what? If they sell a car, guess what? You still got to pay the goddamn note. They done got
Well, gotcha again. Gotcha.
I think you still got to pay the note. And I remember people told me you still on the hook because you still got to pay the bank back or whoever.
All right.
That's why I said, like, even if you get a house foreclosed on, you still in debt to that payment. That don't go away. That's what the short selling was about and all that. Yeah, that's why them boys down here in Frenchburg and shit. When that 2008 crash, they said, fuck it, I'm gonna flood my goddamn house. I won't sell this bitch to nobody. I will flood this bitch before I sell this bitch to anybody. That's why they had the short sale house and all that.
Yeah, they did that here in Texas in 08 in a community called Fresno. That's something we should do like a throwback, BJ, since Trump talking about a depression. Because it's already a housing market crash, but show people what happened in 08. Man, them people was busting their walls, like putting big old holes in the wall, pouring like bleach on the floor. Well, they was messing them houses up.
I know
flooding them, like you said, flooding them with the busting the pipes to flood them.
I know a guy did it. He told me he did it. He said, hey, look, he said, man, I was making some good money. He said, man, he's like, shit. He said, you gonna take this house while the fight flooded that shit out. He said, shit. And look, they was hoping they would get reimbursed. But see, what a lot of people did, as a matter of fact, you talk about migration, a lot of people started moving to a lot of different states at that time too. That's why you started getting a lot of people moving different areas of the country. I mean, you had people that was living in cars and shit. Man, that shit was wild as fuck, man.
It was rough.
Yeah, Gay
Obama didn't make it no better.
Damn, he didn't. He made it worse. And then Kamala Harris not prosecuting certain people, you know what I'm saying? And then so on and so on.
Right.
You're right, Pioneer. You're over 50, no accidents and tickets, and they talking about $350 a month for full coverage insurance.
Exactly.
They are going up on insurance. And matter of fact, Pioneer, you just reminded me. When I come on do a show, I'm about to tell you something because guess what? I want to say this. I've been saying it for a while. There's been a huge population reduction in this country. Okay. Now look, with as many people been dying, guess what they say? Well, we got some people alive, so let's just jack the rates up on them. That's all they gonna do.
There you go. There you go. Well, that's why them health insurance rates going up. People who got them jabs or got sick. Oh, it's too many of them sick. Well, we're gonna raise the premiums on the healthy people.
That's right. And I'm sitting there looking at these insurance companies like, you greedy people. But you know what? Oh, corporations. But you know what? That's okay because time is running thick. And guess what? They always say 100% dissatisfaction bring 100% change. So when shit hit the fan, all I'm gonna say, will you be a product of your own creation or you'll be a product of their creation? And unfortunately, for the ones that, as Dawson said, took that, you are already a product of their creation through them because they got a patent on you.
Yep.
And as a matter of fact, I did see that list of patents. So, but with that being said, y'all have a nice night. relax, and like I said, get ready.
Bro, they got TLC at this mug, bro.
What?
And where?
At the
TLC.
damn thing. At the thing.
Oh, at the
New Year's.
I'm in New York.
At the New.
Oh yeah.
What?
Don't drive.
Monitored by drones.
Wow. Wow.
But oh yeah, Shaq.
Well, I wouldn't want nothing to do with Hollywood, bro. If they the way they did allegedly did them with them people, bro. Y'all done got boy.
Man, I know.
Y'all niggas done got scammed out your contracts and shit. Y'all still want to be part of it, bro?
Hey man, you heard those?
Hey man, I'm telling you,
It's like a cult. It's a cult, man.
Ain't no in the hell, bro. Mother would scam me off $millions and shit on the contract. And then you think I'm still be cool with that shit. You crazy as hell.
I just told
Somebody
y'all
get
about
kidnapped.
Angie Stone. I mean, the amount of money they owe her, she can't even fathom. But when you ain't watching your money, who's watching your money? You out there slaving, but somebody else controlling, running your money. Man, come on, pay attention.
Hey, look, remember this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. You guess what? You got a screw agent. I meant a Jew agent. My bad.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
But you getting
all that trying to pray and don't y'all get it? The shit ain't working. You forget about the Bible that say faith without works is dead, fool. But the Bible say a fool and his money will part.
That's facts.
You fix your black eyed peas, Dawson?
Dang, Shaq, I'm running behind. I got to get up in the morning and go to Sprouts to get my greens and black eyed peas. Everything closed now.
Damn.
But I'm gonna
wow. Well, I might just have to go get me some old frozen or some goddamn some canned black eyed peas and throw them together with some old frozen goddamn spinach or something.
Yeah, you right. We could eat fresh spinach too. I didn't think about that, but I'm gonna try to make my greens again. They were good.
Oh, what you do?
And this is my first time making them. I had got them from a farm. A friend of mine, they had like a farm.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to get it from Sprouts this time. No, simple like chicken broth, onion powder, garlic powder. I think I'll use a little Tony Sesame, salt and pepper. Then I put a smoked neck bone in there. Smoked neck bone in there with it. Oh, y'all. Oh my gosh. And then I did the black eyed peas a little bit similar, but I made them put a little hot sauce with them with some other ingredients and put the smoked neck bone in there too. You talking about you cook them slow so don't have that bad black eyed pea taste.
You're right.
You talking about good.
Tastes so good, make you want to smack your mouth.
I ain't gotta cook nothing else because I cooked some Wagyu beef hamburgers yesterday. So
you put them on the grill?
Man, that's some good.
Oh, I ain't my cast iron skillet. Came out good too.
God damn. Damn, Frank.
Damn, that's dope.
We need to be down in Houston, goddamn it.
Oh, we cook down here.
You know what? My sister did say she said she was moving to Houston. She said she thought about moving to Houston because she been living in Atlanta. She talking about going to Houston.
A lot of people leaving Georgia coming here. I've been noticing that. I don't know what that's about.
Shit, they done burnt themselves up. Shit, they trying to shit.
Yeah.
They didn't party shit. They shit. But they do want to be around other black folks. So if they gonna move,
we do have a large. Yeah, we do have Houston, Dallas. We're a pretty large black pop. Believe it or not.
Yeah, for sure.
But they bring them Bussified and STD shit here too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I almost knocked one of them out in a nightclub one time. I was out with my cousin and friend. I had to hold me back. I said, these motherfuckers getting bold, ain't they?
Hey, hey Frank.
But
I mean
everybody's
Shaq.
thriving 2025.
Shaq. Shaq. You still there? You out there? He went back on mute. God damn. Come on, Shaq. Come back.
Yeah, I'm right here. What?
Look, go ahead and I had shouted out for you earlier, but what you gotta say to end off? I mean, you know, you've been you was out and about.
Party, baby.
So go ahead and say. I know you talking about chemical age. What you got to tell the people coming for the screw year? Oh my bad, the Gregorian calendar, my fault. But go ahead. What you got to tell people?
This might be your best or worst year to come. Now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't panic. Stick to what you know. You know what I mean? Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears. You know what I'm saying? Your ears and your eyes open. You know what? While you're at you might want to keep your mouth shut and just observe. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and kind of observe. You know what I'm talking about?
That's some good
Don't
advice.
yeah, don't be
That's some good
just observe.
advice.
Observe and see what's going on around you, around your job, around just around, and see around your city, your town, your state, and see if there's any changes going around. And you just observe. Don't engage in nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Just observe. You know, but all around, like I said, get your stuff. Make sure you stay on your financial literacy and stuff updated because they got a lot of stuff that's coming down the pike that they've been put in place, but they're gonna try to enforce it coming up now. The BOI. You know what the BOI is, Dawson?
BOI check. That sounds familiar. Hold on, cause
You know what that's got to do with the LLC and the corporation and your corp shit.
Oh well, yeah, they got struck down by the court. It was
Okay.
unconstitutional. Yes, it got
Oh, they
struck.
struck it
It
down.
got strike. Yeah, they struck it down. It's unconstitutional. Hmm.
Okay. You know what the
Yeah,
BOI is, huh? It's something about the
yeah. You got to register your business. If you didn't register your business, then they charge you like a $500 fine a day, and then if not, after so many, I think 30 days, then they can put you in a prison. They claim it was supposed to be registered businesses to make sure they not foreign agents. See the play they see
or
how
any
they do?
fraud. You supposed to be reporting
Bullshit.
um reporting your shit so it don't they claim so no fraud, right? BOI. You can look it up and all. We can cover it one day because like I said, it was something that they was pushing. I know
Yeah,
they was
that
trying
was
to
under
change that shit.
was it under the Treasury or the IRS? One of them departments it was under, but they said it's unconstitutional. Only states can do that because when you register your LLC, that's through the state.
Right.
That's not
But you see,
through the federal
they were trying to
government.
change it. They were
You
trying
just
to
get an
change the process too.
EIN number to file your taxes and stuff to register.
So let me ask you, all that you file those separately, right? You didn't file them together, right? The LLC,
Yeah, that's
and
all. Yeah, that's because they tell you when you open a business, first go through your state. That's
uh-huh.
first. Even the federal government will tell you try to do that before you get EIN registered through your LLC through your state. Then after that, then get a because I remember they did change it because people used to do it backwards. I know I did when I first did my nonprofit, but it
Uh-huh.
was okay because everything still went through. But yeah, you go through the state first, then you go get your EIN. But the EIN, remember, that's just tracking your business expenditures for your employees, IRS taxes, Social Security, stuff like that. That don't have nothing to do with somebody LLC. They right. That's through the state. You don't have no
So,
jurisdiction, federal government to do that. But yeah, it got struck down.
Yeah, because they was trying to change it, and they was trying to because they were saying in 2024 that you was going to have to register all that together. You can't just do it separately. Or you got to register all that together. Like,
Well, you
whoa.
ought to you go look
What?
at who filed the lawsuits. The big corporations filed. A lot of the big corporations filed the lawsuit. They only had y'all. Let me tell you how many businesses they had registered. Only 8,000. So the majority of the people's like, I'm giving you the middle finger because I ain't doing that.
See what I'm saying? So people, we got to stay abreast up on some of these things, stuff that they pushed out of the propaganda they pushed out and tried to force people to do things. You know what I mean? Even with the Cash App and PayPal stuff. Like, did they make that legal? Is that a law still with the 500? Like, if you got to report
Nah, they put it
any
on
income?
hold. They had put it
Okay,
on
they
hold
stated it.
again. If you get 600 amount, now they put it on hold again too. So that one, and I'm sure when Trump and them get in there, they definitely ain't gonna allow that. The thing is, all them IRS agents. But I thought one of them bills they passed, they had to take away like 86,000 of them IRS agents, if I'm not mistaken. BJ.
Yeah, so
It's a lot of
They probably
agents,
did it.
bro.
But
this is all information that we should like. Okay, yeah, the entertainment.
I
Okay,
get
yeah,
it.
that's entertainment is
Yeah, we gotta
pastime.
handle.
Cool, cool. But you
Entertainment
got
is
it
cool, but we need to be paying
right.
attention to other stuff too. I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. So
It's getting
those,
crucial.
those are some things we definitely gonna have to just pay attention to some of the things that's going on in your city and state, the changes and stuff, things that they changed, they didn't change. Get abreast upon it. Definitely with your health, with the medical industry and stuff, man. Get abreast on what's the new treatments. If there are any new treatments out there, and get with your doctor or your PCP, primary care provider, and do your own research, but also take it to your PCP, and y'all work together on your health because you ultimately is the one supposed to be managing your health, not somebody else. They can help you help yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people be scared. They think that the doctor know everything. No, the
Yes,
doctors
yes,
don't know
yes.
everything.
Yeah, that's true.
They've just been
Yes.
trained, and certain depends on what's now. If you get going to an independent doctor where they got their own facility and they private or non for profit
Hmm.
medical institution, they can operate. They got a little freedom to operate, and their office or
They don't want to
institutional
pay that.
procedures might be different. Now, a lot of them ain't gonna be covered up under traditional state or federal medical coverages. Some of those you're gonna have to pay out of your pocket.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
sometimes they
Because they
can
got
do
their
cash
own.
pay or other insurance. That's true.
Yeah. So
They don't want to be
get you.
controlled. Yeah.
This is going into the colder months. They are going so into what they consider these flu months or whatever. A lot of germs being passed. So get up on your zinc, your magnesium, your vitamin C, uh, your ginger, um, your electrolytes. You get sick. Make sure you go buy you up some electrolytes, even if you got to do the Pediasure. I was drinking Gatorade electrolyte. That might not be the healthiest, but you can make your own electrolyte at the crib if you really, you know what I mean. If you ain't got the money really to go buy all this extra stuff. I always keep you some lemons in the crib, baking soda lemons, or a healthy salt like kelp, dulse, uh, pink Himalayan sea salt. They even got black salt. Um,
I got some Himalayan. I just got some of that too.
yeah, so you can make your own. You can make your own electrolyte type elixir type drink. You know what I'm saying? With that, you know what I mean. You can use either black strap molasses, or like unfiltered honey, unfiltered raw honey, um, organic maple syrup, blue
Mm.
agave. All these things are organic. Try to get as much as organic as possible. You know what I mean? Natural, organic, much as possible. And once you use your I like to use baking soda, but some other people might want to use the other different salts, like you said, the kelp or the pink lemon sea salt or something. But the thing is, you want to create your own electrolyte to replenish your shit, man. Because if you go into any food problems, any immune problems where you urinating too much, peeing too much, sweating too much, pooping too much, you're losing a lot of nutrients, and you're going to have to rebuild that shit back up because you fuck around and dehydrate yourself, especially when you're taking a lot of supplements. Supplements, it'll fucking dehydrate you if you don't get the proper liquids. You know what I mean? You know, elderberry is good, whether it's the syrup or the tea. Echinacea is good for these times. I just bought me some. I went on Amazon and got me some oil of oregano. I keep me a little thing of oil of oregano, bro. And I just dropped that a little bit in my in a bottle of water, shake it up. Or sometimes, like I said, if I'm feeling really crazy or something, I just rub that motherfucker oil of oregano directly on my body, back, like I said, on the back of my neck, back of my ear, around my throat, around my chest, or some shit. Whatever area I feel like it's aching or feel like it's kind of, I just rub it directly on there. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna harm them, hurt them. It's edible. You know. So these are things we just got to reinforce and prepare ourselves, man, because it could be a long winter. We never know. We don't know.
Man, these people here, man.
We just don't know.
We can't get a break. It's like we can't get a break, man.
Things was looking up, man, when Chuck got in. It was rough when he first got in the first time, man, 2020, 2016, 2017. But then they was trying to like, they was kind of panning out a little bit, kind of leveling out a little bit, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they already starting the MAGA war division. Just that was starting with the H1B1, and Elon was on there talking foul. People had to get on his ass. Talking about if you don't like H1B1, then go fuck your face. You know what the hell? What?
Oh yeah, that was
I
whack.
just don't know with that and what BJ playing with Peter Thiel. I just don't know, y'all.
Yeah, that was whack how he said that. Yeah, these people, I'm telling you, one group.
Y'all, I'm listening to. I'm starting to hear you and Shaq. You can't trust none of them.
Yeah,
I hear you, Frank.
One group is going for the is going for one kind of immigrants, and the other side is going for a different another kind of immigrant. That's all it is. That's where I look. That's what I'm taking from everything.
I agree. I agree. That's a great point, Frank.
I mean, it sounds
That's a great point.
I mean, that's a good talking point to get somebody to vote for you. America first and America. I mean, that's great. But what are the actions going to show that?
Well, why won't we fix our education system? Why won't we fix our family? Okay, so you have more kids. Okay, do like back in the day. My dad said when him and my mom was in school in community college, they paid for them to go to school. And then my daddy said, he said it was when you went to school, it ain't like how they do college. You went like the programs wasn't that long. You went to, cause he was like a electronic technician, fix on TVs and stuff, right? He said you go for 6 hours a day for 6 months and you done. But everything, he say all that time about English, doing math, you didn't do none of that. History, like they make you do in college, he say you didn't do none of that. You only study specifically what you needed in the field. That is it. So that tell you right there, we've been getting ripped off and played with this college system.
Yep.
Why not? But it fast track a person, so they ain't got to go to school for 4 years. They going 6 months, 6 days a week, and they getting paid, so they can't say they got excuse. Oh, I can't afford gas to get to work. I can't, afford to live in. Nah, people had apartments and everything with that kind of money they was paying them to finish school. And they made sure they had job placement. They made sure they was placed in a job.
Dawson, I agree. We got to fix our education, man.
We gotta fix, yeah. Michael Jackson say, "Look at the man. Let's fix." Listen, y'all. You don't think kids would be more interested in school? Now, give them the basics, right? Give them the basics. Every now and then, maybe practice on the basics or build on it. But other than that, let them focus on what they want to do. Okay, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to learn to design T-shirts. Okay, put them in a class where they learn to design. Oh, I want to do film. Okay, I want to do journalism. I want to be an engineer. I want to be somewhere in the medical field, criminal justice. You know what type of workforce we would have? Because we gonna set the foundations for the education, but the skill set, and I don't care what they say. They try to say other people smarter in other countries. No, that's not true, y'all. We a lot smarter than these dumb foreign motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know I work with them. Them motherfuckers dumb as hell. They dumb.
Man, they are, man.
And I'm not being racist, BJ. Let me stop because I don't want to get your video. I'm saying this. BJ is not saying this. I'm saying this. Everybody talking about H1B1. Let me talk about H1B1. Those are not educated people. They only here for money. They don't care about these patients.
Hey, look.
Why don't y'all talk about how they tell you to with your insurance to get pick an Indian doctor because it's cheaper?
Let me
Now
say,
you think that's right? Go ahead, BJ.
Look, hey Dawson. Hey, look, I've been bad before plenty of times. They put me in time.
That's true. But BJ, you know they be taking our videos down when I'm on.
I don't give a shit, man. So it is what it
is.
is.
At this point, the hell we.
Hey, look, if they whack me, hey, look, we go off and broke anyway, so fuck it.
There you go. You right, it is what it is. You right.
I tell you, they took a video there, me and you from 2021. I like, damn, what I say on this one? I can't remember this shit. I talk about so much shit, I can't remember this shit. So, like I said, but it's okay. I'm not mad. Like that's it. I don't give a cuz shit. People have to, say what's on their mind these days because the problem is people ain't been saying what their mind. That's how people get fucked all the time, right? So I don't care.
Yeah, and then it's funny you say that, BJ. It's not. I know we was taught in psychology. When I took psychology, we was always taught to, don't hold too many things in because actually it affects your health.
Right.
It really, y'all look at that. Look at that. Why you think they have stuff called? They start coming up with something called like talk therapy, or they start coming up with. I don't know if y'all have them in y'all city or state. We have something called what is it? Rage rooms or something. So what you do? You go in a room, right? You can either do, and it's to help you blow off steam. You can either throw axes. Or you can, that's why I say it's good to go to gun range, because I know I do when I go to gun range. When I tell you that's a stress reliever, y'all, oh my gosh. It is a real stress reliever. And then they said, they had the rage rooms. Like somebody make you mad, you can't take it out on them, and they give you like I think like a bat or something, and you just tear up everything. And that's a real, and they making buku money out this stuff, y'all. But it's needed.
Yep.
So I get you, BJ. Say whatever. Hell, you right.
Because people have to. I mean, people have to really like. But let me say this if we clear though. Say what you gotta say. But these days, watch who you saying it to, because these people flip out over the craziest shit, and then you might, like I had a dude, let a dude know. I said, look, bro, I get you mad, but when you come in there and be like that, I said, look, I told him I ain't grew up like that with all this frantic stuff. I said, you can make this really bad. He's like, what do you mean? I said, look, bro, you just need to chill out. Because like me, I might listen to you, but when you start doing all this hand motion, all that stuff, and I said, look, I don't have I didn't grow up to be around silly, stupid shit, right? and that shit was not even tolerated.
Yeah, see, and that's what I think people don't understand, BJ. When we was growing up, that shit wasn't tolerated. That's why I be like, people be like, oh, don't do that, don't say that you wrong. Man, the way our parents talk to us, our grandparents, our aunts, they'll cuss you out, call you, and they do something wrong or there's something they don't like. Oh, they talking about you every which way to Sunday.
So
you little fast tail girl, you need to say. They tell you and they would check you when you was wrong, and they tell you the truth and they didn't care if you like it or not. Now it's, oh, I got to tiptoe on eggshell. So I do get it to Orange Man Trump that he did help open up there where people saying F and I'ma just say whatever now. I'm tired of being, but I think it's gonna be more explosive if they start keeping with this division with Vivek and Elon starting this. I don't know, y'all.
I will say this: that we just everybody be like I said, just be careful. Like what they call it, family feud or whatever. Look, it's not time for it. Look, if people family feud with you, cease and desist, please. Right now, it's no need for it. The stakes are dire, and it's gonna be more. So if you know it's gonna be chaotic, don't let chaotic people get into you. And then look, I'm gonna do like Chak said on it. Keep your mouth shut sometime because, like I said, if they can't handle it and they can't see it, hey, look, they waiting on Jesus. Remember, I'm not.
I know that's right. The sheep will be led to be slaughtered, baby. The sheep will be led to be slaughtered. Facts.
I'm relying on myself and the people that can handle it right now, because if you find out at the end of the day, they always say this. Hey, when you're on the ship, they say, you got your life vest? Yes. Okay. In case of emergency, save yourself. That's what they tell you. Save yourself. Grant a life vest, because, hey, look, it's like we've been drowning for a long time. Hey, look, I just want to get to the finish line. I don't want to be in the end.
I know that's right, BJ.
In the back of the herd, if you watch any video with lions or whatever, remember this: the lions, hyenas, when they chasing wildebeest, they always catch the one at the end. They make them stampede and they catch the one at the end. If they chase a zebra, now remember this: now zebra can
true.
Got a heavy ass kick, so they kick a lion and hurt fucking ass up. But at the same time, they get him by the end. They always get the one on the end.
That's right.
The one in the front. So I want to be close. Now, like I told you, this like next week, we're gonna get hit with some weather, 3 inches. Probably they said 3 inches of snow, right? And I find it mighty funny that it's been 60 degrees, and then it's gonna be back to 30s, and then we'll get then to 32, 18. So back to this nonsense again. So what I'm saying, people will get sick. You know that. And somebody mentioned greens. Actually, they're talking about taking mustard greens at the stores as well. Forgot to mention that. So yeah.
What they took them out the store?
Talking about it, mustard greens. I think Wes had told me some of my mustard greens are taking them out.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You say,
but
on you.
Boy, these damn people, this getting to be a bit much. Why would you do that? You know, people use that for. I don't care if they just use it for any day, a food staple, but you know that's what people usually do for New Year.
Hey, it does. You know what I said? You know what they always say? And there are nothing. There are no friends in war. It's only casualties.
That's true.
So that's the old saying. It's only so if you understand war, that's the end of the game. But let me I would depart y'all, but I just want y'all to take your time, relax, and when it all said and done, they always say, will you be at the front of the line or you big in line? But we've been out front for a while bringing out this stuff, and the conspiracy theorists won again. So for those who believe in it, happy 2025. And for those who don't, happy April 1st. Remember, April 1st is New Year's. It's New Year's in the spring, people. So once again, April 1st is April Fool's Day because they got you again.
Thanks.
Take your time.
All right.
Salute.
Word.